Wibble wibble. Oh, OBS had changed a setting. All right. Hello, people. Right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Don't change anything. Right. So what did I say? I said hello to everyone. Doomsaw, I said, how did it go with job stroke education stroke stuff? Hello, people. Oh, and we've got an auto host already from Hardly Difficult. Wow, crazy. We got JFrap, Blackbod, Zach Crons, Doomsaw, Festec, XP Coin, JFrap again, me, Diffusel Kid. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Have I missed anyone? Because nope, that's everyone who said hello. Hello. All right, Sean. I can't read that in the bright green font. Hello, it's been a while. Yes, it has. So, choose your Unity. Yes, right. So, today I'm actually going to look at Unity. Oh, why the absence? Too much work. Too much work. Also, I've... Hello, Skype. So, just to be blunt, had my thesis presentation at the beginning of July. Went fairly well. Got myself a part-time job at an indie studio here after that. Been working for about 2 weeks now. Congratulations. Right, Doomsaw, can you get us all jobs? And Harter just subscribed for 10 whole months. Teasel. Okay, when Teasel comes back, we'll do us a party. Otherwise, she's not here at the moment. Thank you very much, Harter. Woo! Since when did Unity become a subscription thing? I genuinely, when did... I thought Unity was just a one-off price. Jodie in the background is saying no. 125. What do we get? Pro level services. Premium support and support code access. Source code. Support code? What am I talking about? No, I know, Jodie. Jodie, your feet will show up. Just about, maybe, when you walk through. Try personal. You did get logged onto the FTP. Yeah, so hopefully you can upload. If you... Oh, that probably won't let you... it is spyware. Yes, I know. But yeah. Oh, look. So they're showing Manifold... not Manifold Garden. Which one's... What's the name of this game? Come on, help me here. Help me here. This is the one where we met the guy that runs... I used to work with the guy that is apparently now the CEO of that company. Crazy. Only subscription now. Yeah. Software as a service. Big deal. I kind of resent it in some cases because I know, like, in some cases you can end up paying less than if you bought the software. But I kind of like... Yeah, I just like owning stuff. Just like owning it. Free tools to help you learn faster. Right, please note. Download. What are the terms of services? For prototyping or otherwise? If your company currently makes more than 100,000 in annual gross revenues or has raised funds in excess of 100,000, you're not permitted to use. Well, I mean, I earn more than that, but that's not for this. The FTP isn't going to let me set up a DB. Harder. Okay, so after this stream or something, I'll either set one up or I'll try and give you some access to my my control panel for the website. The reason obviously I don't want to just give you full access that allows you to go and shut it down. So hello Skello, fancy that. Even mug is pink. Yes, that looks vaguely pink in the back. Oh, that side, that looks vaguely pink. It's not, it's red. Right, what's the name of this? Come on, what's this game in the background? Help me here. Right, hit the ground running. Did it actually download? Oh, Unity download arse. That's... Can you guys see that? Unity download arse.exe. That's what it actually says. It's actually Unity download assistant. Thanks for that. Unity download assistant. All right. Unity terms of service. Unity analytics. So I don't... I'll put up with the analytics. I hope it doesn't... What? I don't want it to install Visual Studio as well. Deary me. Android build support. No, none of this. Samsung TV build support. What the hell? What the hell? WebGL support. Do we bother with WebGL playback? Example project. We'll have that. 247 meg. Alright, we'll still have it anyway. Have I actually got space for it? Space available 60. Yeah, we'll stick it on there. Alright, off we go. 1 minute remaining. No Linux build support. I can check those checkboxes later. Festec apparently isn't following. What a git. Oh, thanks for the follow, by the way, Stabs. 1, 2, 3. I did see the message, but I was rubbish. Hang on. Right, I've got that game on my flipping phone. Oh, Monument Valley. Monument Valley 2. Right, let's charge my phone up. Alright. Oh, and stick that on noisy. Just in case someone interesting wants to talk to me. If I upload the new site that's on the PR to Diorama Games /ww, so I'm not overwriting sites as yeah, doing it elsewhere would be good, yeah. He's called Barry. Checking Unity. Thanks. Thanks. I put the pop-ups over here so that it can then go and do it elsewhere, yeah. There's nothing like an installer doing another install window. That's always nice. Yeah. So, I said I was going to stream yesterday, and the reason I didn't, hello Razor, was because I actually didn't have a great day yesterday. So I did my park run thing in the morning, which is a 5k run, and I set out to try and beat my personal best. Am I making an asset flip game? Yeah. I'm basically going to change one asset in the example tutorial and re-upload. Unity said that Visual Studio Community installation would be faster. Oh. Well, I mean, the install, I've got decent bandwidth, so the install shouldn't be like, if it takes 5 minutes, I'm okay with that. What was I saying? Yeah, so I did my jog yesterday, my 5k jog, but I had to my muscles, one of my muscles started hurting in the wrong way after 2 laps out of 3, and Diorama ported to Unity, no chance, and it sucked. It really hurt. So I stopped on a bench for a couple of minutes just to, because I wanted to finish the race. It's not a race. Finish the distance. But after 2 minutes and I started again, it hurt even more. So I had to pull out. So I walked slowly home with my hurt leg, and then I had to go. There was a funny thing. So in my garden, I've decided to take a bit of turf up, a bit of lawn up, right? Not much, about a one foot strip, not even that, but the length of the entire garden. And the amount of bags of soil I've collected are unbelievable. So I had to go to the tip, and it's really heavy, and shifting heavy bags with a bad leg hurts more, and the bags were wet, and I needed to dry them out in the sunshine. So I moved them out, and And then I was just chatting to a friend and I said, oh, that's funny. The weather reports changed from sunny all day now into massive thunderstorms. And I was typing this to them on the toilet because I was on the toilet, which, and at that point the thunder started. I heard it. So I'm on the toilet and I have to get this stuff out of the rain. So I basically sort myself out very quickly, and all I'm wearing are socks and some shorts and nothing else. And into the cold rain, I had to spend 5 minutes lugging this heavy stuff around, sometimes into the car and stuff. It was not fun. So I did that, felt sorry for myself, had a shower, and I was just deflated for the whole day. There was something else, and I can't remember what it was, that made me feel a bit miserable. Whereas today it's all sunshine and light. And the winners would get McDonald's coupons, yeah. Oh, hello BD. Yeah. I tell you what, like, have you ever wanted to do something relatively crazy? Like, I've always wanted to take a shower in the rain. Just go out into the rain and have a shower. No, I'm not. I'm not in my underwear now. And no, Jodie. Yeah, Jodie's walking around with nothing on. So, hooray! But it does mean that that's you won't be seeing her today. Yeah. What was I saying? I don't know. Anyway, so Unity. Right, guys. How many of you have used Unity? And how many of you hate Unity? It'll be all of you. I know that. That's the way this thing works, right? She's invisible. Yes. Yeah. She's taken her skin and bones off. My diet is weird, yeah. It depends how sorry I'm feeling for myself. Sky uses it. Excellent. Hello. Hello, Zekrons. Ooh. Skello, give us a link. Give us a link. That's if you want to risk it. But, why do I want to use Unity? Well, Unity... That's not at all a dangerous vote, is it? So don't get me wrong, guys. This isn't about switching full time to Unity, right? But I would love to be able to do a prototyping thing. Soccer tap. Ah, it was for the Brazil World Cup. Okay. How many copies did you sell? Congratulations for getting a game out. It doesn't matter whether it's sold. Oh, click on the photo. All right. If that just comes up bigger. What photo? It was free with ads. Oh, that you mean the yeah. Yeah, that's. I can imagine that's not going to grab people. So you need to learn about making better screenshots. But that's cool. That's cool. Skello. What characteristics have you got? So why Unity? Yeah. I would like to be able to prototype, and a lot of the other indie devs also use Unity. So Hello, Terracell. How you doing? What happened to me? Well, it's my twin brother. The Unity, even if it isn't about releasing commercial games, it is a good rapid prototyping piece of software, right? And I would like to be able to have that conversation. But what's been at the back of my mind always is that, you know, when people come on here and say, how can I learn to make games? Like, the idea of using Unity for a small game is totally relevant, right? I'd be surprised if any of you argue for anything kind of non-serious. Now, what I'm open-minded about is whether this leads to finding out that actually I want to work more with it, right? I don't know. Counter question: why not Unreal? Unreal just XPIC. Oh, I don't know how to say. XPIC. Thanks for following, mate. I don't know how to say that. Oh, someone's just asking me what I'm up to. I better tell them I'm streaming. Alright. I learnt with Unity. Why not? So why not Unreal? So the truth is that I don't know enough about Unity. Launch Unity. So whether it's drag and drop, right? Oh, look, it started on the wrong window. If you don't have a Unity license, I don't know if I have a Unity license. I may have installed it years ago. Unity isn't drag and drop. Okay, well, I'm about to find that out, aren't I? Nope, there's no Unity, right. Right, let's go and do that over here. Most of you know my email anyway. Just want to... tease or cat up. Oh, what? This username already exists. Oh, and who else have we got following? Peggy YT, Peggy YouTube, presumably. Thank you very much. And Gabertha 2002. Cheers very much, people. Which of you registered my handle at Unity? You gits. Hello, Kazoo. Use FPS Creator. So, user, Unity user. Sorry. Is there a way where you can check profiles? No, apparently not. Right, well that sucks. Fun and easy to use game maker. Yeah, I'll pass on that one. Mr. Swanderson. No, I will just have my name. I actually can't believe someone actually did that. What a git. Yeah, Unity community profile. Just pick someone at random. Oh, can't do that, damn it. Would that crop up? Yeah. No, okay. So whoever's got that, Rob the Swan. I've used Rob Ye Swan before, but I won't this time. So I have registered already. All right, brilliant. Okay, guys, let's go and check. Okay, so I have got an account. I did register it. That's the result. Nope, it's a peasant and proprietary. I love... Close. I found an old project. Rob Dare Swan. No, I'm just going to go... I must have registered it as me. Because I have received an email from them in the past, but forgot your password. Yep, it's alright. I've got the email. Yes, it's just it wasn't in my password thingy. Right. Yep, it's got me in. Yep. Two-factor authentication. Nope. Cool. Right. What was this? Oh, the Google Drive stuff probably don't work no more. A 2.5 endless RPG runner. I don't know why you're adding extra dimensions when it runs forever. One dimension infinitely is the same as two dimensions. I've just made that up and it doesn't even make sense. Right. So where's good old Unity? Sign into Unity. Rob the Swan. I even tried putting it up on Greenlight Concepts. Luckily I deleted the videos and everything. Is this working? Oh, email. Yeah, alright. That email that I said I wasn't going to tell you about, ignore that. Everyone knows it anyway. It wasn't even 2.5. The company or please I represent company or organisation I represent earned more than. I don't use Unity in a professional capacity. No, I don't. Where are you located, guys? Which country am I in? Unity. God. Hobbyist. I use Unity in my free time. What is my primary role? Game designer, programmer, executive. Okay, fair enough. Indie generalist. Other. How would you rate your Unity skills? Absolute beginner. I have used it before, but I can't remember. Platform of interest. Probably iOS. Linux. Yeah, I'll click that. Why not? Why not? PS4. Nope. To VR. Forget that. WebGL is kind of interesting. Published there. Windows. No. What type of content do you primarily plan to develop? Games. Military simulations. Whoa! Windows Firewall has blocked. Got to allow access. All right. Apparently, my project was last opened with a different setup of Unity. All right. Cheers, Jay, for that. Hello, Slotanis. Ah, this looks like it's using one of the cross-platform GUI widgets, isn't it? Right. Well, job done. How do I play this thing? Oh my goodness, I just saw a circular thing in the distance. Whoa, this handles like a dog. Ah. Camera work could do with a bit of handling. Yes, I survived. Yep, camera's struggling. Always does. Oh, look at that. It's got physics. Right, let's have a look. Like... Right, that seemed to shoot off with incredible speed. I am amazing. Right, guys. What do you think the best way for... why am I shouting? I don't know. What do you guys think is the best way for me to progress? Should I just run off a tutorial online? Look, everyone, I've got my box. Everyone likes my box. Yeah, I'm not really sure that would have stayed on, but... Whoa, I'm like a vagabond in a car. Yeah, should I just fiddle around with this? Don't forget to add zombies. Poor old Festec, he's not happy, is he? Start with remaking Diorama. No chance. I'm more interested in attempting to remake... Right, that was rubbish. Oh, I don't know what I'm clicking there. I'm pretty sure I should... I don't even know how to move this. Right, let's go to tutorials. There's a manual, see your tutorials. Projects. Right, I'm following this. I'm actually going to follow this because hopefully it will tell me. I'm going to have to turn this volume off.
In this beginner assignment, we're going to make a very simple but playable game to use many of the basic.
Ooh, this is the one that Jody did.
Modules. We will be making a rollerball game where we will collect special game objects. We will see how to create new game objects. Add components to these.
I don't even know how to move.
Set the values on their properties and position these game objects in the scene to create a game. In our game, the player will control a ball rolling around the game board.
Yes.
We will move the ball using physics and forces.
That's not magic.
The player through the keyboard, and we'll use this input to apply forces to the ball, making it move in our scene. We will see how to detect contact between the player's ball and the pickup game object.
That's amazing.
We use these events to collect these pickup game objects.
Let me know when it's on Steam.
When we will have made a simple rollerball game where the player controls the ball with a keyboard, picks up and counts special collectible objects, displays the current count, and ends the game when all of the game objects have been picked up.
Check out this link.
We won't need to import any assets for this project. We won't be using volume.
Ah, 2 bits of people helping at once.
In Make a Game, a short series where I'm going to cover the basics of making a video game and
Yeah, there's Pepsi. Because of this guy's accent, for some reason I'm grinning because I'm thinking this is going to turn into a joke, isn't it? But no, we were.
This is for you who thought, I want to make a game. I've got a cool idea. I want to get into the business. It sounds cool. Anything like that going to be is that if it can, of what we're going to be most likely that's going to be made.
All right, here we go. Come on.
And I've opened up Unity already. And this is just a quick preview of what kind of game we're going to.
Now that is a preview that excites me.
And if we just hit play here, you can see that I can roll the ball to each side. And
He can roll the ball.
And I can jump.
All right.
And that's the basics of what we're going to be making. In the next few tutorials, we might expand onto that. We're definitely going to create some more interesting level design. This is really boring, but that's really the basics of the game. Okay, so go up to File, hit New Project, and you might be prompted to do this when opening Unity. Then we can select the project location. I'm going to do Browse here, and then go on the Dropbox.
All right, let me stick that over here. Right, new project. I have to. That guy was talking too slow. Project name. My first Unity. My first Manatee. Is it 3D or 2D? It's absolutely 3D. Organization Rob the Swan. Enable Unity Analytics. Ha! Get lost. What's that all about? No, you can get lost. Right. Oh, and it's closed. Is that deliberate? What? Yeah, speed. I've sped it up. Yeah. I'm not making a VR game. No. Right. Type. Try Games Plus James. Oh my God! There's too many tutorials to follow. I might have to bookmark them. I'm pretty sure I'm simply not going to be. Yeah, he's got a load more, so I'll bookmark all of these, but I'll stick with this one.
To store everything in Dropbox, so I can keep a backup of my book.
So I can keep a backup. Thank you very much. Right, look at that pristine world. I didn't add that skybox. That can get lost. What the heck's hello Vortex? I'm looking at Unity. This isn't to replace Diorama. This is for pure personal fun.
Game. Select that. And now we get to select what packages we want to include.
No, I didn't.
These are the default packages. These contain stuff like a first-person controller for first-person games, which you can just import into the game, and it will work already without any scripting.
Right.
These are just packages Unity made for us, which we don't have to make on our own.
What version is this?
More than usual, but that's because I've downloaded some extra from the Unity Asset Store. Okay, so right now we are fine with what we have. We might use the physics materials in a future tutorial along with stuff like skyboxes, but we can always import these.
I just want to know what my keys are.
Clean and tight. Now let's hit create. Now Unity is going to load up all of the files running in the background, and this is how it should look. We can see that there are a bunch of different windows. I'm just going to go over them.
Brilliant. So we've already diverged because he's just got an empty window. I've got a 3D scene. Oh my goodness. I must be amazing because I've already set that up.
First off, we have the scene view. This is where we can see all objects and navigate around. To navigate around the scene view, I use the Alt button. This is really going to do all navigation for you. So if you hold down
upper left version. Yeah, mine's, yeah, but his doesn't have it on the video. So this must be an old version.
Alt and Shift, or Alt and Control, sorry. We can drag. And if we use the zoom scroll wheel, we can zoom in on things.
Right, well, no, I can't. It doesn't work. Thanks for that. Middle mouse is, yeah. So he must, when did he make this video? I might have to stop using it. Yeah, 2000, that was 2013. Right, I'm skipping. I'm not, because it's going to go wrong.
Sounds or animations
basically.
For this assignment. We will simply use the primitive shapes, like cubes, spheres, and planes, provided by Unity. To begin, start with assignment 1, where we set up our game and starting game object.
It wasn't an official video, no. What do you mean? The one I'm looking at? No. Setting up the game.
Let's begin by creating a new project. We can
Oh, I've already done that. I'm ahead of this guy.
New project. This will bring up the home screen. I'm going to call the new project.
That looks like mine. So good. This is up to date.
The next thing we need to do is set the destination or path to our new project.
I've got Game Maker.
I'm going to put this new project on my desktop. At this point, it's worth noting that we can have our new project use default settings for either a 2D project or a 3D project. We will choose 3D. And then I will click on Create Project to make a new project. We now have our new project with a new empty scene. Before creating anything in the new scene, we need to save our scene. We can save our scene by going to File, Save Scene, or by using the keyboard shortcut. I'm going to save the scene in the Assets directory in a new folder called _scenes. The underscore is optional. I use it to sort this folder to the top of my project window. Now I'm going to call the scene Minigame.
Oh.
We
Oh.
can now see in our Scenes folder the scene called Minigame. Let's create our game board or playfield. To do this, we will use a stock Unity plane. We can create this plane from either Game Object, 3D Object, Plane, or from inside the hierarchy view using the Create menu.
What? I missed
We can
that.
use Game up either Game Object, 3D Object, Plane, or from inside the hierarchy view using the Create menu. Rename this game object Ground.
What?
We can do this by either selecting Rename this game, or from inside the hierarchy view using the Create.
Inside the hierarchy view. Quick, guys. Oh, hierarchy. Okay. Brilliant. There we go. That tiny non-standard thing. All right. Okay. Let's see what we're going to create.
Rename this game object Ground.
Plane. Right. So, game object, create 3D object, plane. Rename this. Ground. All right. Hello, Ray March. All right. My first folder. Yeah, I thought this might be fun so you can all laugh at me as I cock things up.
We can do this by either selecting the game object and using the Enter or Return key to allow editing, or by clicking on the game object twice, slowly. Type in the new name and hit Enter or Return key.
To be honest, I think we should probably
Creating anything in the new scene, we need to save our scene.
we should probably call it a day there. I think this is my new arty game, and I think we can all agree that plane is probably the best thing ever.
Let's create our game board or playfield. To do this, we will use a stock Unity plane. We can create this plane from either Game Object, 3D Object, Plane.
Ooh, yeah,
or from
good
inside the
tip.
hierarchy view using the Create
Doomsaw.
menu. Rename this game object Ground. We can do this by either selecting the game object and using the Enter or Return key to allow editing, or by clicking
In
on the
Polish,
twice,
Rob the
slowly.
Swan means
Type in the
jobless.
name And hit Enter or Return to confirm this change. Reset the transform component using the context-sensitive gear menu in the upper right.
Whoa! It's just like, whoa! It just suddenly goes reset the. Whoa!
Change. Reset the transform component using the context-sensitive gear menu in the upper right.
The context-sensitive gear menu. Are we talking about that tiny thing that's like 7 pixels big? Thanks for that. Yeah, we'll find that one. Yeah.
This will place the game object at the location of 0, 0, 0 in our scene. This point is known as the origin point of the world, and this is where all of the coordinates in the scene are calculated from. Now, with the game object selected and the cursor over the scene view, type the F key or choose Frame Selected from the Edit menu
Frame selected. Good.
to see the entire game object in the scene view.
Okay, that's nice. Good.
Looking at the
Good.
current scene, we can see grid lines indicating the plane at origin. For the purposes of this project, we will turn them off. Select the Gizmos menu in the scene view and deselect Show Grid.
The Gizmos menu in the. What? Is it this tiny ridiculous thing? No. Oh, up here. Oh, flippin' heck.
And deselect Show Grid.
This is crazy. These are tiny little things. Absolutely tiny. Oh.
We need to change the scale of the ground plane. We can do this in a number of ways. We can use the Scale tool, simply grab the axis handle you want to change, and drag the handle rescaling the plane. We can click and drag.
What? What? That wasn't at all resizing. I was moving. And he's just shown something that I can't do.
Drag the handle rescaling the plane. We can click and drag ground plane. We can do this in a number of ways. We can use the Scale tool, simply grab.
What? Dude. Oh, okay. So he just quickly goes and just roughly and basically clicks something. Doesn't tell you. Thanks for the tutorial, mate.
Grab the axis handle you want to change and drag the handle rescaling the plane. We can click and drag on the title of the fields we want.
On the oh my goodness. Is this what modern software modern UI designers come? Oh, we've got some more followers coming through. Wesley04. That'll be popping up hopefully. Let's have a look. Good thing that Unity's UI is vector based. You can just scale it up to your preferred DPI. Yeah, there's a million icons in the top right. What, like we're totally overwhelmed with buttons. You hate Unity only because it's simple. No, I that's not to me, is it? But I'm going to answer it anyway. I'm disliking an absolutely cluttered UI. Is that what we have to use? Was Hearthstone made in Unity? That's cool.
Or we can type a number directly into the field we want to change.
Okay.
We can tab between fields and hit enter or return to confirm your choice.
Brilliant.
Now remember, plane has no volume, and scale does not work on the y-axis. There will be no change unless you go into negative numbers. In this case, the plane, which is a single-sided object, will simply face the other direction. If you place a plane in the scene and you can't see it, check your orientation between the plane and the camera.
Good point.
Make sure that you have the correct value for the y-axis of scale. This is usually the value of 1. Let's create our player object.
Yes.
In this assignment, our player object will be a Unity sphere. From the hierarchy create menu.
Hang on, he didn't actually say, right, set that to 2. Fair enough. All right. Right.
Sphere.
Create sphere. All right, look at this. Look at this, guys. I am good. Right, what's for changing these? Oh, I don't know yet. All right, fair enough. Oh, who put the shadows in? I didn't ask for shadows.
Rename the sphere.
I'm not paying for them.
Reset the transform to make sure it's at origin. Select edit, frame selected, or use the F key while the cursor is over the scene view to focus our scene view camera on our game object.
Oh, yes.
See how the sphere is buried in the plane?
I am.
Because both game objects are in the exact same location. In the
Yes.
scene, the origin point.
Yes.
0, 0, 0 on the X, Y, and
He's
Z
not
axis.
wrong.
We need to move the player's sphere up.
Yes.
From the plane.
Whoa. Yeah.
All Unity primitive objects, cubes, spheres, capsules, have a standard size. They are either 1 by 1 by 1 or 1 by 2 by 1 Unity units. As such, we simply lift the player object up by half a unit in the y-axis, and we know it is lying perfectly on top of the plane.
Look
If
at
we
that.
the game view, we can see that the player game object is lit and it casts a shadow on the plane.
He's not
All
wrong.
new Unity scenes come with a default skybox and a directional light to represent the sun, so we don't need to worry about setting up any default lighting. What could be improved, however, is the...
Right, I'm going to take a breath because that, yeah, you don't pay for shadows anymore. I do, mentally. Blender is good. Yeah, Blender is something I should look into. Use W for switching to transform. And E is for rotation. Oh, okay. So the QWERTY keys are all. Can you see this in the top left? Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So yes. So what I can now do is change my coloured keyboard so that it highlights the particular keys that are useful. Excellent. Good tip. Thank you very much.
white player sphere on the white background.
Up.
Let's add some color to our background.
Let's
so there is some contrast between the player and the play field.
Contrast.
To add color or texture to a model, we need to use a material. We won't go into the details of materials now, and we won't be using any textures. We will simply use a standard material to add
Hang on. Do I have to pay for textures?
color to the objects in our scene. First, let's create a new folder in our project to hold our materials. We can do this by using the project's Create menu and selecting Folder.
Okay.
Rename this folder Materials.
So. Oh. Ha ha. Okay. Create new folder. Oh, I could have done it in that bit, couldn't I? Materials. We're having fun here, guys. I honestly believe that.
Selected. Use the project's Create menu again, and this time select Material. Note how the material was created in the Materials folder. This is because we had the folder selected when we chose to create our new material.
Genius.
Rename this material Background. Select Material and under Main Maps. The first property is Albedo. Click on the Albedo's color field to open a color picker.
All right. Albedo, yeah. Okay, yeah. Click on that or. What, is there a colour? Oh, that's... Yeah, I've been a pro. Okay, windows are popping up all over the shop. What's happening? What's happening? How do I close that? Okay. You're gonna have
Change
to.
the color to a nice dark shaded blue. In our case, I will use.
I did green. I must be a git. Please don't hate me for choosing a light coloured green. I nearly ruined it.
The RGB values of 0, 32, and 64. For a preview of the material, make sure that the preview window is open. To apply the texture to the plane, simply select the material in the project view and drag it onto the plane in the scene view. Now the plane
Whoa, 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 whoa. Drag that there. Whoa!
Blue background. I want to make one additional change that will help us later in this project. I want to rotate the main directional light so that we have better lighting on our player.
No, you don't.
Select the directional light, and in the transform component, change the transform rotation on the y-axis to 60. This will give better shape to our player's sphere. Now we have a player game object and a background playfield.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, that's that tutorial done, mate. All right, moving the player. Are we having fun yet? So lower the smoothness on the material. Where's the smoothness? We want some shiny. No, we'll keep the metallic off. Height map? No, we don't have one. Occlusion? No. Oh, why can't it? Why won't it let me? All right. Secondary maps? No. Forward rendering? Oh, crikey. Enable instancing. Alright, moving the player.
Now we are going to move the
Hello,
object.
Hello, non-sensation. How's it going? Oh, no, I'm not Kiko. Thanks for the follow. Thank you very much.
First, let's think through how we want this player game object to behave. We want to have the sphere roll around on the game area,
Yes!
bump into walls, stay on the ground.
No one has ever done a rolling ball game before. This is amazing. I can't wait until Rob adds a script.
And not fly off into space.
Why? Because it's going to make me
We
angry.
want to be able to collide with our collectible game objects and pick them up when we do.
It's alright, Sky. I'm going to pass on doing anything complicated that might make me look like a prat.
This requires physics. To use physics, the game object needs a rigid body component attached. To attach a new component, we must first select the game object we want to attach the component.
I have attached it. I've clicked it. This is exciting.
In this case, we will select our player game object. Then we can either choose the
Oh, sorry, I didn't ever rename you. Sorry. Oh, it's not even got a capital letter at the start. That'll look foolish, won't it?
And select physics rigid body, which would attach this component to the game object we have selected. Or use the add component button in the inspector, choosing physics rigid body.
Whoa, where was that? Whoa.
Physics rigid would attach the
Oh, add component, right. Rigid physics. Rigid body? Was that
Then
it?
we can either choose the component menu and select physics rigid body, which would attach this component to the game object we have selected. Or use the add component button in the inspector, choosing physics rigid body.
Yes.
Either way, this attaches the rigid body component to the selected game object.
Yep.
If we choose to, we can rearrange the order of the components on the game object using the context-sensitive gear menu in the upper right.
The context sensitive gear menu. Thanks. The only way is up. That's what we say. Yes. All right.
Right of the component. Doing this has no effect on the performance of our game. However, having a consistent order to the components on our game objects may help us speed up our development by keeping or maintaining an organized project in hierarchy. Don't forget, you can collapse or expand the component view by clicking on the component's title bar. We should note that whenever we do this, this will also toggle the relevant gizmos for that component in the scene view.
What? I don't know what that means, but okay.
Now we need to get the player object moving under our control. To do this, we need to get input from our player through the keyboard, and we need to apply that input to the player game object
Yeah,
as forces.
I'm with him on this
to
one.
sphere in the scene. We will do this by using a script that we attach to the player game object.
No.
First, let's create a folder in our project view to hold our script assets. In the project view, click on the Create menu and choose Create Folder. Rename this folder Scripts. Next, let's create a new C# script. To create a new script, we have some choices.
Already ahead of
We
you.
can choose Assets Create to create our new C# script.
Oh, I'm getting... I don't know what a gizmo is.
Use the Create menu in the project view. But what might be more
Click the
efficient in
button
this
to
case would be
to
select
give
the
world
player game
peace.
object and use the Add Component button in the inspector. The
Oh,
Add Component menu contains the selection New Script.
oh,
This allows us to both create and attach a script in one step.
wow.
First, let's name this script Player Controller. We can choose the language of the script, which will be C#, and then click on Create and Add.
Well, missed
Or
that.
simply hit the... We can choose the language of the script, which will be C#, and then click on Create and Add. Or simply hit the
What?
Return or Enter key to confirm our selection.
Hang on. Sorry, something went a bit bodgy there.
Or we can choose the language of the script, which will be C#.
Oh, you can do JavaScript. Yeah, that's what I really want to do. Right, player controller. Right, so where did it... There we go. All right, good, yeah. This is exciting. Oh, I didn't create it in there, so we'll move it in there. Let me just check that the component is still working. Why did that not select? Whoa, this is weird. I've mucked it up. Hang on, someone's saying. Sena Nilsu, thanks for following. And Harter, he's got to go. Oh, Harter. Tara, we'll catch up later. All right. Yeah, see you, Harter. Right, why can't I select anything? Right, so what's going wrong here? I can't move, click and drag. Why not? What's changed? What has changed? What am I... Oh, I must have accidentally clicked play or something. Yeah, of course. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Right. So player controller script, player controller. I moved that. Okay, let's carry on.
And then click on Create and Add. Or simply hit the Return or Enter key to confirm our selection.
I'm in the game tab. I don't even know how I did these things.
Qt will create, compile, and attach this script to our selected game object.
Yes.
We should note, this way of creating a script will create that script asset on the root or top level of our
Boo.
project.
Boo for wrong
We'll
place.
need to move the asset into the scripts directory.
I did that already. I'm clever. I'm neat. G Hamicorn is now following me on Twitch.
To maintain an organized project view. If we select the script in our project view, we see a preview of the script asset in the inspector, but this text is not editable.
Ah, I see. I did read Doomsaw. Yes, so it's ditched it, right? Okay. Yeah, that's a very good point. That would have bewildered me. A class called player controller already exists. All right, I have no idea. So let's... I don't want to start... Oh, flippin' heck. All right. All right, that's a good catch, Doomsaw. Thank you.
Let's open the script.
I left play
There's
mode.
a number of ways. When we are inspecting a game object using the script, we can use the context-sensitive gear menu. We can double-click on the script asset in the project view.
Right, so I can double-click that. Why is this not showing the full... I don't know. Starting up Visual Studio, this might take some time. Oh, gosh. Don't delete it, just drag it on the game object. Yeah, sorry, I was being a bit quick there, wasn't I?
Or we can use the Open button in the inspector when we have the script selected in our project view. This will open our script in our preferred script editor. First, let's remove the sample code provided in the base script. Next, let's think. What do we want to do with the script? We want to check every frame for player input. And then we want to apply that input to the player game object every frame as movement. Where will we check for and apply this input? We have two choices: update and fixed update.
Just tell me what to do.
Update is called before rendering a frame, and this is where most of our game code will go.
Brilliant.
Fixed update, on the other hand, is called just before performing any physics calculations, and this is where our physics code will go.
Brilliant.
We will be moving our ball by applying forces to the rigid body.
So fixed update.
So we will put our code in fixed update.
Yes.
What code do we need to write?
Surely I just pay someone in Ukraine to make it for me.
There is a shortcut in MonoDevelop that searches the Unity API.
Oh gosh.
On the Mac, it's command plus single quote, and on the PC, it's control.
How come I've got...
Quote. Select the item you want to research, in our case, input.
I don't know.
And hold down the command or control key and type the single quote button. This search brings up every reference in our documentation related to input.
I missed that. I was too busy reading your shenanigans.
In our documentation, in our case, input, and hold down the command or control key and type the single quote button. This search brings up every reference in our documentation related to input.
No, it didn't for me.
Select input at the top. Interface into the input system.
Oh well. I don't get that. I'll have to...
This is the page on the input class. We use this class to read the axes set up.
Don't show me the documentation. Just tell me what to do.
Multi-touch and accelerometer data on mobile
Oh, it's because this isn't double speed.
At the top of the page to understand how to use the class. In our case, to get input from the player on all platforms, including mobile devices.
Yes.
Under the description is a list of class variables and class functions. The class variables hold information, like the number of touches in touch count, or a reference to the default gyroscope with gyro. The class functions do something for us. In our code, we will be using input get access. When we find the item we want, we click on the link to bring up a page on the function or the variable. Let's look at input get access. This page includes the signature of the function, a description of the function, and code snippets showing how to use it in Unity's JavaScript and C#.
Hang on a sec. Why is this not opening? This is the working in Unity. I want... why is this not the code? Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing, haven't I? Physics scripting, multiplayer network. Where's input in this? Nope. Documentation. Switch to scripting. Where do I... Oh, up there. Oh, thanks. Phew. Yep. That would be it. Right, so for example, it was doing get access. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much. Oh, thanks, Sky.
On the input manager and input get access, see the lessons linked below. We will be using input get access in a very similar way to the code snippet. Let's return to our script and write our code.
Yes.
Float move horizontal equals input get access horizontal. Float move vertical equals input.
Whoa, this speeding stuff I can't keep up with.
The input from our player to the keyboard. The float variables move horizontal and move vertical record the input from the horizontal and vertical axes, which are controlled by the keys on the keyboard. Our player game object uses a rigid body and interacts with the physics engine. We will use this input to add forces to the rigid body.
These are my kind of variable names. Yes.
To know more about how to apply forces to the rigid body, let's check the documentation.
This has got... I'm just copying what this guy's doing, Blackbod.
And hold down the command key on the Mac or the control key on the PC and type single quote. Again, this brings up a page with the search term rigid body. We want to click on rigid body. This brings up the rigid body page.
Yep.
If we want to apply force to our player game object, we need to do something.
Okay.
So let's look at the functions available to the rigid body.
Okay.
We read the descriptions until we find the one we want. In this case, let's choose add force.
Add
This
force.
adds the force to the rigid body. As
Yep.
a result, the rigid body will start moving.
Sure does.
Click the link and we go to the page on add force.
I'm there.
We can see the signature of the function at the top of the page.
Yes.
This signature tells us we need a vector 3 and an optional force mode to add
Yep.
force to our rigid body. May help us speed up
Oh, bums. I meant to pause it, but let's just talk. Let's just make a brief pause in acknowledgement that there's an add force joke there for Star Wars, I'm sure. Right.
What is a vector 3? For more detailed information on vector 3, please see the
Let's also just stop and have a philosophical debate. What is exactly a vector 3?
information link below. But in simple terms, the vector 3 holds 3 decimal values in one container. This makes it easy for us to move around and use values for things like force.
We're hearing the guy talk through Doomsaw. Yeah, I'm just not set up because I actually use OBS on another machine. Are you guys, when you hear it through my speakers, is it understandable or is it pure gibberish? Another machine. In fact, let me just try.
In 3D space, which requires a value for force on each.
Feedback loop. Feedback. Okay, all right.
Of the X, Y, and Z axes. Or to describe a rotation, which would also require a value for each of the X, Y, and Z axes. All of our documentation pages are linked together. If we were to click on vector 3, we would be taken to the documentation page for vector 3.
Yeah.
The same is true for force mode, mono behavior, and rigid body.
It's really loud for me now.
Below the description are snippets that show us how this function could be used. Note the second signature for add force below the first. The descriptions are the same, but in this case, we can use add force with either a vector 3 or 3 float values for X, Y, and Z.
Get out of town.
The next concept that we need to cover is how to get a hold of or how to reference different components on our game objects. We are writing a script.
Hang on a sec. Where's the alternatives? I know what a vector 3 is. Oh, there we go. Thanks for nothing, Jody. Yeah, I'm going to carry on.
Player controller, which is attached as a script component to our player game object. From this script, we need to add force using the rigid writing a script.
Hang on. There's something there I just want to double check on.
You're doing a bouncing ball.
Yeah,
The
it's the
reference
same tutorial you did, Jody.
Oh, but I've already done that.
I know.
You must be rubbish.
Jody's ahead of me. Thanks, Peppermint, for the follow. Jody's already done this tutorial, and
Physics.
and if she can do it, then I surely can.
I don't like physics in games.
Why?
I just think it's unpredictable. Like real life. I don't play games to emulate real life. I
Okay.
play games for these.
XRI is auto-hosting. Thanks very much. Okay, Jody, thank you. I'm going to carry on because I have to catch up with you.
Do you know what a Vec 3 is?
No.
Okay, you should.
What's a Vec 3?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, she's being weird. Would I recommend Unreal over Unity to develop a game? I probably would. Oh no, sorry, that wrong way around. I'd probably recommend Unity first. But if you're, depends on the project. There's a lot you'd need to explain about the project and your capabilities and timescales and stuff. If you want the best engine for a PC sandbox game, then probably you'd want to go with Unreal. Probably is a bit better, but yeah. Let's see how long you can watch the tutorial at a quarter speed. No. Rob is inside of Stanley Parable and this guy's the narrator.
Components on our game objects. We are writing a script called player controller,
We are.
which is attached as a script component to our player game object.
We are.
From this script, we need to add force using the rigid body component. We want to access that component from this script. There are several ways that we can do this, but in our case, we will cover only one of the main ways of accessing another component on the same game object. We will create a variable to hold this reference in our script, and we will set this reference in the start function.
That's
We see
amazing.
this here in the code snippet. Public rigid body RB creates a public variable with the type of rigid body called RB to hold the reference to the rigid body we want to access. In start, the reference is set by using the code getComponent rigid body. This will find and return a reference to the attached rigid body if there is one. All of the code in the start function is called on the first frame that the script is active. This is often the very first frame of the game. Finally, in fixed update, the attached rigid body component is accessed to the variable named RB with rb.addForce. So, in our script, we need to write it.
Is it me or is RB? That's just a cute word, right? I mean, it's a name, isn't it? RB. We got Windybeard's host as well. With bool for null. A bool for null, right? It depends whether you've got a nullable type or
to
not.
create the variable to hold the reference. And in a new start function, we need to write RB equals get component rigid body. In fixed update, let's use the simplest version of rigid body add force, one that simply uses a vector 3, and we will leave the force mode at default by omitting it from our code.
Right.
So in our script, we need to type rb.addForce and then some vector 3 value. Now, how do we get our two float values into a vector 3 value? Let's create a new vector 3 variable called movement.
Do you know what? I'm laughing because on the one hand, this guy he's doing a good tutorial, right? But it's very apparent to me that the capability that is being targeted is varying, right? So, like the fact that we're having to go into scripts and stuff is maybe there's no way to avoid it. But the idea of then also talking about how do we put values into a vector 3 is like, look, guys, if you can't do that, you're going to struggle with all of this.
This will be equal to a new vector 3 that is made up of an x, a y, and a z. The x, y, z value will determine the direction of the force we will add to our ball. What is our x value? That would be move horizontal. With this, our left and right keys will add force, moving the ball to the left or right. What is our y? 0. We don't want to move up at all.
No.
What is our z value? That would be move vertical.
So I'm literally doing the same as him.
In RB add force as RB add force movement.
RB move.
Let's save the script and return to Unity. We check for errors in our footer or the console, and there are none. Good.
Whoa. We check for errors in our console, do we?
Yeah.
Do we? There are inconsistent line endings. Some are Mac OS Unix and some are Windows.
You've opened it in a rubbish editor that doesn't auto-format it.
Thanks, Jody. Love you too. Well, it's still good enough. I'm still going to run it. Whoa. Whoa, that's a low force, man. All right, let's see what he has to say.
Let's test what we've written. Hit play, and by using the keys set up in the input manager, the ball moves in the scene. But it's very slow. This is too slow to be playable, but the basic concept works 100%.
So what I would love to take tutorials like this and then add my own section. So what we did was we sent it out to upper management with 15 different versions, each compiled with a different kind of velocity for moving the thing, and we sent it out for we pushed it to marketing to see what kind of speed they'd like the ball to run at.
Why don't you just give them a tweaker and then they can balance it and then send you the number back?
No, because they fear that.
Oh, okay.
Right. Anyway, right. In those private game design schools, they tell the coding beginners that in if statements you need equivalence instead of equals because you have to double check the value to know if it's really true. You are joking there, Ray March. I love it. I love it. For unsigned floats, F.U. What? What?
To stop testing, leave
focus group. Does the ball move fast enough?
play mode. Let's return to our code and create a tool that'll give us control over the speed of the ball. We need to multiply our movement by some value. We could simply enter that value here in our script, but if we ever needed to make any tweaks or changes, we would have to return.
All right, so I think I'm about to step into something that's really cool, which is how to expose parameters into your editor.
Script and then recompile. This takes time. The solution is to create a public variable in our script. Let's create a public float called speed. By creating a public variable in our script, this variable will show up in the inspector as an editable property.
Oh.
When we use a public variable, we can make all of our changes in the editor. We then multiply movement by speed. We now have control over our movement value from inside the editor. Let's save these changes and return to Unity. As for that component in the scene view.
Somehow, anyway, right, yes, right. So, player. Speed. Look at that. It's 0. So we're about to see something here, right?
Public rigid body RB creates a public access to the variable named RB. Write RB equal
Sorry.
into a vector.
I basically, when I click to stop the video, I'm managing somehow to actually click on the timeline. So
Move horizontal. The script in which our scripting editor set this property to 100. Now enter play.
100. Is this guy insane? Whoa. Yeah, there's cheese. 100 is an insane amount. Let's go. Let's play a game called Guess What Value he's going to end up with. 10. Yeah, the brie. Oh, well, you can have whatever.
Play mode. Whoa, way too fast. But changes are fast too. Exit play mode and change the value to 10.
Yes.
Click play. That's how we have it. Congratulations, we can now move our character. In the next assignment, we'll talk about how to move the camera.
Oh my giddy aunt, I think. Yeah, I am amazeballs, aren't I? Look at that. Look at that. That's like a spherical thing, except it goes a bit ovoid because of the... Whoa, look at that. I've got a moving egg. Changes shape and everything. So, good. Well, the thing is, yeah, so in terms of your code, having public stuff like that is a bit naff, right? But when you gain the ability to tweak it in here, I mean, I'm not even sure, where is this even being saved, right? So, that's magic. It's literally magic. All right, move the camera and play area. All right, let's carry on.
The camera doesn't move, and from its current position, cannot see very much. We need to tie the camera to the player game object.
Yes.
First, let's set the position of the camera. Let's lift it up by 10 units and tilt it
All right, so we go to the camera.
down by about 45 degrees. Next,
Okay, so I'm just going to copy his hard-coded values.
let's make the camera a child of the player game object.
Let's make... Oh, whoa. That was suddenly... That was... Does that work? No, it doesn't. Hang on a sec. Hang on.
This is a typical third-person setup, with the camera as a child of the player. When we move the player's position, the camera moves with it.
Right. I'm trying to work out what... He's got a different setup to me. Hang on. How do you do this? Console. Alright, so we've got that. I hope he's about to address that failure. Thanks, Spitye. Good. You can use serialized field attribute for private fields. Okay, groovy. Immutable values, however, full stop. Full stolby. What am I even saying? Just drag the camera onto the player and it's actually rolling. Yes.
When the player rotates, the camera rotates as well. Let's look at this from a position where we can see both the player and the camera game object. Move the player. Rotate the player. The child camera moves with it. Immediate parent.
Oh.
And this position will be the parent's position in the game, modified or offset by any values in the child's transform. We can't have the camera as a child of the player, so let's detach it. Our offset value will be the difference between the player game object and the camera. Now we need to associate the camera with the player game object, not as a child, but with a script. Using the Add Component button, choose New Script.
Hang on, mate. On the camera. Oh, he's taken the camera out. Okay. All right, fair enough. So he's going to add a script for that. All right. Oh, you prat.
We are writing in C# and name the script camera controller.
All right. Okay, it loses us every time. Okay, fair enough. Thanks for that. Alright, so we've got to... Yeah. Okay, let's carry on.
And then click on Create and Add, or simply hit the Return or Enter key to confirm our selection.
Okay.
You should note, this way of creating a script will create that script asset on the root or top level of our project view.
Already ahead of you. KHF... What? KHJFCNU is following. Oh, thanks for that. Cheers.
File Camera Controller in the Scripts folder and open it for editing.
Already
two
there.
variables here. A public game object reference to the player and a private vector3.
Right, so... the project assembly C# has been modified outside. If you say so. Right, anyway. Public game object player. Oh, dearie me, player. Private. Oh, look at that. I can't type for something else. Right.
To hold our offset value.
Yeah, standard stuff. Even Diorama can do
Offset
this.
is private because we can set that value here in the script. For our offset value, we will take the current transform position of the camera and subtract the transform position of the player to find the difference between the two.
Yep,
So in
makes
start,
sense.
We can make offset equal to our transform position minus the player's transform position. And then every frame, we set our transform position to our player's transform position plus
Right.
the offset. This means as we move our player with the controls
Can't
on the
quite
keyboard,
keep up.
each frame before displaying what the camera can see, the camera is moved into a new position aligned with the player object, just as if it were a child of that object if it were not rolling around the game board. However, update is not the best place for this code.
No.
It is true that update runs every frame.
Yes.
And in update, each frame we can track the position of the player's game object and set the position of the camera. However, for follow cameras, procedural animation, and gathering last known states, it's best to use late update. Late update runs every frame, just like update. But it is guaranteed to run after all items have been processed in update.
Ah.
So
So that order, that's a significant thing that they... That's, yeah, speed up audio can't keep up. Right, let's just read your... Imagine all the stuff that's already going on in this executable. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yes. Shadow computation smoothing. It's also collecting his scripting habits for better ad targeting. So basically, I'm going to get a load of adverts for, like, I don't know, learning how to type correctly. And do you want to go on beginner game courses?
when we set position of the camera, we know absolutely that the player has moved for that frame.
We haven't
So
set
let's
the
test
player.
that. Let's save our script and return to Unity.
Well,
First, we need to create a reference to the player game object by dragging the player game object into the player slot in the camera.
oh, okay, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting that to work. That's genuinely pretty groovy. Right, I can't save this. Why not? Resource not available for non... What? What? Is there an... Right, so we... oh no, it did save then. Okay, thanks for that. Right, so I should be able to drag the player to that. That's pretty special, actually. This is exactly the sort of bonus I'd like coming from a GUI. Look at that. Look at that. Oh.
Controller's component. Enter play mode.
That is
And then
genuinely...
the behavior we want.
That is something very sophisticated going on there. That
The camera follows
tying
the
of
rolling ball
data.
without rotating, even as the ball goes over the edge.
Thanks, Infinite Entropy. Yes. Control Shift S. No, there was something funny going on between Unity and probably a file lock.
In the
So
next assignment, we'll set up the basic play area and create and place our special pickup objects.
thank you. So I'm not gonna do that. I instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and add. I'm going to try go off script here. So I'm going to try and do my own. Right, cube. All right, so what I'm going to do is 10 y minus 0.5 scale. Nope. Okay. So I'm gonna let me try that. Ah. Oops. Yeah, for some reason that made the child of that. Okay. Can you create a folder in here, or is this not going to work? Yeah, cool. So I was going to basically create a border around these. Not gamer, just interested. Okay, fair enough. Thanks for following. And right. So how do I copy that? Can I just do a Control Q and V? Yep, probably. Right, we got that. And we got that. Right. So right, that has not got good physics. I like it. It will do. Right. I'm amazed balls. Now I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do some kind of like create empty. What does that do? No, that is just an empty game object. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, you can't do a folder up here. Okay, no idea why. Oh, who else have we got? Faffy465 and Zazapski. No, Zazap KS17. I'll just say it. Would you like to discard your project and publish to Steam? Empty game object equals folder. Okay. Strange, but I guess it kind of makes sense in some kind of weird way. Walls. All right. Collecting scoring. Creating collectible objects. Oh man, I've never been so excited.
Next, let's create our collectible objects. Create a new cube and rename it Pickup. Reset the Pickup's transform to origin. Focus the scene view camera on the Pickup object. The player game object is in the way. Let's select the player game object and deselect the...
No, because I did all of those operations while it was still in that mode. Okay, well done. That's annoying. I can see that. And you can't double click it. It's F2. Floor. Right. Nope. F2. Right. Create cube. Reset that. Right, it's interesting. What is that transform? Why is that transform? Why has this group got a transform? What's that all about? That's a bit odd. Did I... flippin' heck. Okay, problem number one. All of this got moved. When did I accidentally move all of that? I don't know. But yeah, not feeling too clever about that. Sod bags. So now, it's time to play Let's Undo Everything. Yeah. Woohoo. Right, what does that do? Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so that, and it's because right.
Checkbox in front of the name field. This is the game object's active checkbox. Deselecting it will deactivate the game object in a scene.
Woohoo!
This will give us a clear working space for our new pickup object.
The empty game wasn't at 000. When you reset its position, its children also got moved. Right, okay. I understand. So, yeah, let me just double check that. So if I create empty, yeah, look at that. It's got a non-zero. Why would it do that? Why would it start at a non-zero with a non-zero transform? Stupid. Stupid McStupid face. And yeah, so global versus, I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Nope. Okay. Anyway, let's delete that. Right, well, we're back to where we want to be.
The cube is buried in the plane, just like our player's sphere was when we started this project. The cube is also a regular shape, 1 by 1 by 1.
Yes.
So let's lift it up by half a unit, and we know it's resting on the plane.
Yep, I am smart.
This cube will be our pickup object. To be effective, it must attract the attention of the player. So let's make the cube more attractive. We will start by making it small.
Hang on a sec, guys. We're in a game, right, with decades of gameplay between us. You're in a world where there's nothing else. I think we don't need to make this even more attractive. Interesting, it popped out as well.
Smaller. This will also give it the effect of floating above the play area. Both will help identify this object as special. Not enough, however. Let's tilt it over. 45, 45, 45 in each of the axes of the transform's rotation.
That's crazy.
Better, but not sexy enough. One thing I feel certainly attracts the attention of a player, and that is movement. So let's rotate the cube. To do this, we need a script. With the pickup object selected, use the Add Component button in the inspector. Create a new script called Rotator. Click Create and Add to confirm.
What's going on here?
Organize the script by placing it in the scripts folder and open it for editing.
Did he spell it rotator? He did, yes.
We want the cube to spin, and we want to do it with this script. Let's remove the sample code we don't need.
Hang on a sec.
Editing.
Did that actually add that? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
We want the cube to spin, and we want to do it with this script. Let's remove the sample code we don't need. We will not be using forces, so we can use update rather than fixed update.
Yes.
We have already set the transform rotation in the transform component to 45, 45, 45 for the X, Y, and Z axes. But these values don't change by themselves. We want to change these values every frame. To make the cube spin, we don't want to set the transform rotation, but we want to rotate the transform.
I like cube is pretty hot, not going to lie. Hello, Random Joe. I'm just looking at Unity for my own personal enjoyment to knock up stuff, and if we do game jams and things. Sky, I did notice your comment about global and local and stuff, and it makes sense. It was, yep. Vortex with his pitching session, great. Pro tip, when clicking on add component, you can type the new script's name and it'll take you to the new script menu by default. Okay.
Next, type transform inside update. Select it and hold down the control key on the PC or the command key on the Mac and type single quote. Again, this brings up the page with the search term transform. Select transform. This brings up the transform page in the documentation. There are two main ways to affect the transform. These are translate and rotate. Translate moves the game object by its transform. Rotate rotates the game object by its transform. We will use rotate. So let's click on the link, and this brings up the page for transform rotate. Note again the two signatures and the two possible overrides, one using a vector 3 and the other using 3 float values for x, y, and z.
Come on, mate. Hurry
Both
up.
overrides have the optional parameter space, which we will leave at default for this lesson. Again, we will choose the most simple form that only uses the vector 3 for direction. Let's return to our code. After transform, and make sure transform is written to begin with a lowercase t, write rotate. New, vector 3, 15, 30, 45.
Magic numbers. Yeah, you're right about doing a diorama game jam. I would love to do that. Apart from the fact it would highlight all of the bugs in it.
Now this action also needs to be smooth and frame rate independent, so we need to multiply the vector 3 value by time.delta time. Save this script and return to Unity. Test by entering play mode, and our pickup object rotates.
Oh, that's not auto-completing, you massive git. What a massive git.
The time.
Oh, it's lowercase d for a start. No, still not interested.
Save this script and return to Unity. Test by entering play mode.
Test by entering play mode. Alright. There we go. Look. I can't go through it. God damn it. That physics is what it's doing there. It's doing a lot, basically. Anyway, I'm happy with that.
Pickup object rotates. Let's exit play mode. Okay, we have the start of a working pickup object. Next, we want to place these around the game area. But before we do this, we need to do one important step. We need to make our pickup object into a prefab. So remember, a prefab is an asset that contains a template or blueprint of a game object or game object family.
Sure
we
does.
create a prefab from an existing game object or game object family, and once created, we can use this prefab in any scene in our current project.
That's amazing.
With the prefab of our pickup object, we will be able to make changes to a single instance in our scene or to the prefab asset itself, and all of the pickup objects in our game will be updated with those changes. So, first, let's create a folder to hold our prefabs. We want this folder on our root or top level of our project. So, select the project view and make sure that no other item or directory is highlighted. And then choose Create, Folder. Rename this folder Prefabs.
Yep.
Now drag the pickup game object from our hierarchy and place it into our prefabs folder.
Whoa. Whoa. We can do that. Sure can.
When we drag an item from our hierarchy into our project view, we create a new prefab asset containing a template or blueprint of our game object or game object
Still
family.
there.
Before we spread our collectibles around the game area, we should create a new game object to hold our pickups and to help organize our hierarchy. Let's create a new game object and call it Pickups. Check to make sure the parent game object is at origin, and drag our pickup game object into it. Now we want to spread a number of these pickup objects around the play area. First, make sure we have the pickup game object selected, not the parent. Now, let's move into...
What's going on there? Aludu, Fafi465 and Kaneki2495 are all following. Thank you very much, guys.
to a top-down view by clicking on the gizmo in the upper right of our scene view.
Ooh.
Let's back out a little so we can see the entire game area. Grab the pickup game object, and it doesn't move in the scene the way we want it to. Note how the cube is moving in relation to its gizmo, which is tilted over.
Yeah.
What we are seeing is the game object moving in local mode. We really want to move the pickup game object aligned with the ground.
Right.
Change the editor to global mode.
Alright, there we go. Okay, so that's what you guys were talking about earlier. Right. I think that's very good. Halfway to Rocket League.
Now see how the orientation of the gizmo changes? And now we can drag our game object around relative to the world's global axis.
Whoa!
So let's lay down a few of these in the game area. Take our first pickup object and place it into the game area, someplace convenient. I'm going to place mine at the top. With the game
Convenient.
object selected, duplicate it. This can be done either by selecting Edit, Duplicate, or by using the hotkey combination. This is Command-D on the Mac or Control-D on the PC. Now we place the second instance of the prefab. Using the hotkeys, we will create a few more, placing them around the play area. Note that I'm moving parallel to the ground or the XZ plane by selecting the XZ plane at the center of the gizmo. Okay, that's 12. Let's hit play and test. Excellent. These pickup prefabs are working great.
Oh, damn
The
it.
only thing that I want them to do now is stand out more against the background walls and...
Damn it. Ugh. I put my transform to bring it out of the ground on the parent game object. So, poo sticks. Gotta get them shadows. I bet there's a better way of doing this, but I'm happy to plod along. My brain's a bit overwhelmed. So, I mean, like, what am I thinking about Unity so far? So, it's a bit overwhelming. I understand, like, the typical thing. It's a bit like Blender or something, right? You come to this UI, and oh my god, there's so much going on, and there's multiple ways of doing things, and that's supposed to be helpful, but actually it's overwhelming. But this is doing all right, innit? Pow. So these don't actually pick up. So I hope I'm going to change it in the prefab and not have to make 12 copies. But that's pretty sophisticated what's going on in there. Am I making a Ronnie O'Sullivan simulator? Hello, Dr. Robot Vinnick. Select all the cubes in hierarchy. You can... Oh, and I'd even done that before. Yeah, that's good, because obviously it's showing the ones that are different. So let's go 1 to align them, and then, yeah, undo works. Good.
Player game object.
Thank you. Good point,
color.
Geek
To do
and
this,
Guile.
we need another material. To make things easy, we can simply select our existing material and duplicate it. Let's rename this new material Pickup. With the materials...
Why did that not just duplicate? Is there a... Why did that not duplicate? Is there a button? Am I missing something? Let's go and have a look. Oh, what?
In this beginner assignment, and duplicate it. Let's rename this new material Pickup.
Yeah, it's in the project. Open, delete. Refresh, re-import. Right, that's not duplicating. Why not? Oh, one column layout. Okay. Nope, that's still, I can't do cut and paste. Well, let me just check the video of what he did to get a
background walls and player game object.
copy of the material.
Let's change their color. To do this, we need another material. To make things easy, we can simply
Eduardo Augusto, thank you very much.
select our existing material and duplicate it. Let's
What? All the video just shows him clicking on it, and then suddenly there's a magic duplicate. Ray March, I mean, the editor and stuff is amazing, but it feels like it only pays off if your game content are made at design time. Yes, I completely agree with that. I mean, I'm sure you can work with it and then for sort of runtime generated content, but at that point you're just using it as an engine, and the editor will become less and less valuable to you. But I mean, that maybe that's a better payoff. I'm going to create Diorama by making millions of cubes one at a time. But yeah, this video. This video is just showing this bit.
What to do now is stand out more against the background walls and player game object. Let's change their color. To do this, we need another material. To make things easy, we can simply select our existing material and duplicate it. Let's rename this new material Pickup. With the material selected in the project.
Yeah, so he says we can just duplicate it. I can't. Am I in the wrong mode or something? This doesn't have a delete, a copy. Let's have a look. Edit. Copy. Edit. Paste. Nope. What's going on here? Oh, and Gaminza, thanks for following. Why is that not copying? Oh, duplicate. Oh, okay. Okay, so there's a keyboard shortcut for it, but it doesn't appear here. Interesting. Is there definitely not a duplicate here? So Control D works. All right, okay.
Let's change the albedo color property to yellow. Now we can change the color of the prefab.
All right, yeah, I know we can change the color of a prefab because that's the way it's going to work. Hello, are you dressed? No. Oh, all right. You can take those away.
I'm going to eat them all.
All right.
Hey.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. I am quite literally changing color. Right, so can I, if I look at the background one, I don't think that worked. Don't think that worked. Pick up. Die. Oh, okay. I drag it there. It wasn't dragged onto. All right, fair enough. Right, they're not much of a pickup. It's not in the right-click menu to avoid accidental dupes. However, you should be able to find it inside the edit menu. Yeah. Shortcut. Control plus D. Yep, definitely. Defiantly. Let's be honest now. If someone can't even add water to diorama, we're able to complete a bottom. And the walls are hot. Yes. Right.
We're going to make a very simple but playable game to displays the current count and ends the game when all of the game objects have been the ball game, where the player controls the ball with a keyboard.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I am on the next video. Actually, no, am I? Did I just...
In this beginner assignment, we're going to make a very simple but playable game to use many of the...
No, what happened here? Oh, wrong one. Right.
By changing the prefab's material. We can do this in two ways. We can change the material on just one instantiated prefab. If we do this, we must remember to use the apply button to apply those changes to the prefab asset. Otherwise, we will only change the material on this single instance. The other way, which is perhaps more simple, is to simply change the material on the prefab asset directly. Let's hit play and test.
Okay.
There,
that doesn't look orange to me, but
in the next assignment, we will learn how to pick them up and count them.
I guess they are. All right. We will work out how to pick them up. Excellent. Create, collect a lot. Create. Here we go.
We want to be able to pick up our collectible game objects when our player game object collides with them. To do this, we need to detect our collisions between the player game object and the pickup game objects. We will need to have these collisions trigger a new behavior, and we'll need to test these collisions to make sure we are picking up the correct objects.
Yep.
The pickup objects, the player's sphere, the ground plane, and the walls all have colliders that inform us about collisions.
Brilliant.
If we didn't test our collisions to find out which objects we've collided with, we could collect the wrong objects. We could collect the floor or the walls. As a matter of fact, if we didn't test our collisions, on the very first frame of the game, we would come in contact with the ground plane, and we would collect the ground plane, and then we'd fall into the void of the scene space. And
sounds good to me, right? There we go. Oh, I get what's happening.
The game would essentially be over.
Stupid.
First, we don't need our player to remain inactive, so let's tick the active checkbox and bring back our player.
Bring back
let's
my
select the player
player.
controller script and open it for editing. Just a note, we can edit the script regardless of whether the game object is active or not. Now that we have the script open, what code are we going to write? We could write collider, and then search the documentation using the hotkey combination. But there is a different way that we could do this as well. Let's return to Unity and look at the details of our player game object.
Ugh, come on then.
What we are interested in here is the sphere collider component. In the
Sphere.
header of each component on the left is the component's turn-down arrow, the icon, the enable checkbox if it's available, and the type of the component. On the right is the context-sensitive gear gizmo, and an icon of a little book with a question mark. Now this is what we need. This is the alt link to the component reference. If we select this icon, we are taken not to the scripting reference, but to the component reference.
Okay.
We would read this document to find out more about how to
Thanks,
use the component
Katerina,
in context of the edit.
S18.
We, however, want to find out how to script to this component's class. To do this, we simply switch to scripting. And we are taken to the scripting reference for the sphere collider. We want to detect and test our collisions. For this project, we are going to use onTriggerEnter.
Okay. Okay. Slightly
Just imagine if we were, say,
scared.
a daring plumber, and we jumped up to collect a perfect arc of coins, and bounced off the very first one as we collected it, and fell back to the ground. Not very elegant. This code will give us the ability to detect the contact between our player game object and our pickup game objects without actually creating a physical collision. The code example, however, is not exactly what we're looking for.
Just give me the
That's okay.
code.
We can change that. First, let's copy the code.
No.
And then let's return to our scripting application.
Ah.
Now that we're back in scripting, let's paste the code. As we have copied this code from a web page,
As we have copied this code from a web page, let's remove all of the Facebook tracking. Oh, yeah, we don't do that here, do we? No. No Egyptian braces. For you, lucky people. What's going on with the... Anyway, destroy other.game object. Right, that's pretty...
correct the indents. In this case, I'm going to make sure the indents are tabs and that all of the tabs are correctly aligned. Next, let's look at this code. We are using the function onTriggerEnter. OnTriggerEnter will be called by Unity when our player game...
Yeah, so look. OnTriggerEnter callback. Yes, Blackpod was ahead of us. It'll have you put the right shapes through the right holes. Make the holy trinity of Steam Shovelware Rob an asset flip, which is also an achievement farm and a trading card farm. Don't forget to add a Facebook share dialogue to get an extra life or wait 30 minutes. Something I do occasionally, right, is I just visit, any web page that I would normally go to and inspect it in Chrome. And you'd be surprised at just, basically, I keep forgetting just how invasive Facebook is. I don't actually have a problem with a website tracking its users, right? If you're a shop site, it makes sense to track what that user's doing to offer them the best experience, right? What I don't like is that people get Facebook to do it for them, which then impacts stuff outside that shopping site. I don't like that kind of that bleeding of user information back to Facebook. I really don't like it. And the funny thing is that if Facebook didn't tailor its stuff to me, I'd probably be okay in blissful ignorance. The Geek and Gale, yes, we'll do the birds and the bees stream tomorrow. All right, but the fact is obviously you go and visit a site, let's say for buying a gun to shoot people in the face, and you go to Facebook and it reports you to the police. And I don't like that connection, really, So I turn off, I do incognito tracking when I go to buy my arsenic, right? That sort of thing. So yeah. Anyway, that was an aside. But yeah, go to any website and look for something like the Facebook connections. They're everywhere.
Object first touches a trigger collider. We are given as an argument a reference to the trigger collider that we have touched. This is the collider called Other. This reference gives us a way to get a hold of the colliders that we touch. With this, when we touch another trigger collider, we will destroy the game object that the trigger collider is attached to through the reference other.gameObject. By destroying that game object, the game object, all of its components, and all of its children and their components are removed from the scene. For the sake of example in this assignment, we won't destroy the other game object, we will deactivate.
No, I'm gonna destroy it. Oh well, it's not working anyway. Why is that not destroying anything? Why is that not destroying it? Godspeed N52. Thanks for following. Did I say Gaminza? Yeah, I think I did, but thank you.
Just like we deactivated the player object when we were creating our pickup objects. First, let's remove the destroy other game object code from the function. But let's paste it down below our script as a palette to work with. How will we deactivate the pickup objects? Well, what clues do we have? We can address the other collider's game object through other.gameObject. We can see this here in the sample code. And we want to test the other game object. And if it's a pickup object, we want to deactivate that game object. So let's look up
Dr. Robotvinnik, you're supposed to not tell people about me doing these things.
game object with our hotkey combination and see what we can find.
Show me where the mean collider touched you.
Object. There are a few important items here that we want. They are tag. Tag allows us to identify a game object by comparing the tag value to a string.
Thank you.
And set active. This is how we activate or deactivate a game object through code. The last item we need to know about is compare tag. Compare tag allows us to efficiently compare the tag of any game object to a string value. Let's open up these three items, each in their own tab. Tag allows us to identify a game object by a tag value. We must declare our tags in the Tags and Layers panel before using them. It is possible to test the tag against a string value directly with code like if gameObject.tag is the same as some string value. But there is a more efficient built-in way to do this, and that is compare tag. With compare tag, we can efficiently compare the tag of any game object with a string value. Let's copy the sample code and paste it into our working palette.
Whoa, whoa, what?
Game object set active. This is how we activate or deactivate a game object. This is the code equivalent of clicking the active checkbox next to the name field in the inspector. In our case, just like
sorry, I was trying to be clever there, but
false to deactivate our pickup game objects. Let's copy this code and returning to our script editor, paste it into our palette as well.
Hang on. If other dot game, okay. If other dot game object, yeah. Sorry, it was the collider. Yes, it sure was. Yeah, but why compare tag? What? Why are we comparing it against the player?
So let's write if other dot game object dot compare tag with the string value of pickup. And we will have to declare this tag in Unity later. Other dot game object dot
set active false.
Now this code will be called every time we touch a trigger collider. We are given a reference to the collider we touch. We test its tag, and if the tag is the same as the string value pickup, we will take the other game object and we will call set active
right.
false,
is it going to about
deactivate that game object? Now we don't need this code we've been saving anymore, and keeping it will only confuse the compiler, so we can delete it. Let's save this script and return to Unity and check for errors. The first thing we need to do is set up the tag value for the pickup objects. Select the prefab asset for the pickup object. When we look at the tag list, we don't see any tag called pickup, so we need to add one.
Oh,
hello.
Hello. All right, so let's go back here. We've got what another follow. Matty Creasy 34. Thank you very much. Right, so I quite like this because I'm making kind of guesses about how stuff's going to work out. And actually, you know what? Oh, sod it. Where's the tag gone? Oh, there we go. Add tag. So I'm guessing. Right, how do I close this? Whoa! Yeah, okay. How do I close that? I don't know.
And this brings up the Tags and Layers panel. Here we can customize tags and layers. Note that this tags list is empty. To create a new custom tag, select the plus button to add a new row to the tags list. In the new empty element,
type pickup.
Tag 0, type pickup. And this is case sensitive and needs to be exactly the same string that we have in our script.
Yep, he's not wrong.
If in doubt, we can copy and paste this string to get the exact value.
Nope.
When we look back at the prefab asset, note that the asset is still untagged.
What? Oh, hang on. I looked away.
This is case sensitive and needs to be exactly the same string that we have in our script. If in doubt, we can copy and paste this string to get the exact value. When we look back at the prefab asset, note that the asset is still untagged.
What? What did he do? Oh, you just click away. Cry engine. No. Water wins the poll. Whoa. Yeah. I know you guys with your bot farms. You make me sick. Right. So it's still untagged. Right, that's interesting because these... Oh, that's the floor. No, that is good. That is good. All right. Yeah, it's still not happening, is it?
By selecting Add Tag, we changed our focus from the prefab asset to the Tag Manager. And in the Tag Manager, we created our tag. Now we need to apply that tag to the prefab asset. Select the tag drop-down again, and see how we now have pickup in the list.
Yep.
Select this tag from the list, and the asset is now tagged pickup. And with the power of prefabs, all of the instances are now tagged pickup as well.
Power of prefabs.
Now let's test our game. Save the scene and enter play mode. Okay. Our tag is set to pickup, but we are still bouncing off the pickup cubes just like we were bouncing off the walls. So let's exit play mode. Before we discuss why we are bouncing off the pickup cubes rather than picking them up, we need to have a brief discussion about Unity's physics system.
Yes. We're going to have a brief discussion of Unity's physics system. Oh, gosh, I'll warm up for this one. I'm not a bot. Lumber is for real devs.
I'm going to enter play mode for this discussion. Let's look at one of our cubes and our player.
Come on, let's watch this together, because this will be fun. Not.
As an aside, we can select 2 or more game objects at the same time and inspect them all. We do this by holding down the Command key on the Mac or the Control key on the PC and selecting the game objects. When we select multiple game objects, note how the inspector changes to show the common components and property values of the selected game objects. The inspector also allows for multi-object editing. Using multi-object editing, I'm going to disable the mesh renderer on both the player sphere and the selected cube with a single click. This leaves us with the 2 green outlines of the collider volumes for these 2 objects. How do collisions work in Unity's physics engine? The physics engine does not allow 2 collider volumes to overlap. When the physics engine detects that any 2 or more colliders will overlap that frame, the physics engine will look at the objects and analyze their speed and rotation and shape, and calculate a collision. One of the major factors in this calculation is whether the colliders are static or dynamic. Static colliders are usually non-moving parts of your scene, like the walls, the floor, or the fountain in the courtyard. Dynamic colliders are things that move, like the player's sphere or a car. When calculating a collision, the static geometry will not be affected by the collision, but the dynamic objects will be. In our case, the player's sphere is dynamic or moving geometry, and it is bouncing off the static geometry of the cubes, just as it bounces off the static geometry of the walls. The physics engine can, however, allow the penetration or overlap of collider volumes.
Yes.
When it does this, the physics engine still calculates the collider volumes and keeps track of the collider overlap, but it doesn't physically act on the overlapping objects.
Yes.
It doesn't cause a collision. We do this by making our colliders into triggers, or trigger colliders. When we make our colliders into a trigger...
All right, let's have a look. This is exciting. Let's have a look at Geek's video.
3 hours later.
Okay. I am making a Europe game. What?
Trigger or trigger collider, we can detect the contact of that trigger through the on-trigger event messages. And when a collider is a trigger, you can do clever things like place a trigger in the middle of a doorway in, say, an adventure game. And when the player enters the trigger, the updates and a message plays, "You have discovered this room." Or every time your player walks around that corner, spiders drop from the ceiling, because the player has walked through a trigger. For more information on collision and on-trigger messages, see the lessons link below. We are using on-trigger enter in our code rather than on-collision enter, so we need to change our collider volumes into trigger volumes.
Yes.
To do this, we must be out of play mode. Let's select the prefab asset and look at the box collider component. Here we select...
Okay, yeah, alright, yeah, yeah, got it, oh yeah. Oh yeah, got it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I am quite literally bored. Right. Where's my player? Thank you. Now it's exciting. Yeah, what the hell? Come on, player. I changed my speed to 20. Surely that makes me go faster. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Whoa, the momentum on that's pretty crazy. That must be one heavy little sphere. Right, anyway. Back to Mr. Guy with his talking. I've now lost the video. There it is.
Is trigger. And again, the power of prefabs. All of our pickup objects are now using trigger colliders. Let's save our scene. Enter.
So were prefabs new? Didn't I remember something like some big argument about how prefabs didn't exist in Unity, but are they new? This is a new Sonic game. Yes.
Play mode and test. And as our player enters the trigger, we pick up the objects. Excellent. Let's exit play mode. Everything looks great. We only have one issue. We have made one small mistake. And
And that is we sold our soul to Unity. All right.
this is related to how Unity optimizes its physics. As a performance optimization, Unity calculates all the volumes of all the static colliders in a scene and holds this information in a cache. This makes sense as static colliders shouldn't move, and this saves recalculating this information every frame. Where we have made our mistake is by rotating our cubes. Anytime we move, rotate, or scale a static collider, Unity will recalculate all the static colliders again and update the static collider cache.
Interesting.
To recalculate the cache takes resources.
That's interesting. That's a very interesting kind of subtle point. That I like it.
We can move, rotate, or scale dynamic colliders as often as we want, and Unity won't recache any collider volumes. Unity expects us to move colliders. We simply need to indicate to Unity which colliders are dynamic before we move them. We do this by using the rigid body component. Any game object with a collider and a rigid body is considered dynamic. Any game object with a collider attached but no physics rigid body is expected to be static. Currently, our pickup game objects have a box collider, but no rigid body, so Unity is recalculating our static collider cache every frame. The solution is to add a rigid body to the pickup objects.
Really? Okay.
This will move the cubes from being static colliders to being dynamic colliders. Let's say...
Hang on, surely the static stuff is... Oh, that wasn't it at all. Okay. I'll have to probably watch that again at some point.
And our cubes fall through the floor. Gravity
What?
pulls them down. And as they...
He's not wrong.
They are triggers, they don't collide with the floor. Let's exit play mode. If we look at the rigid body component, we could simply disable use gravity, which would prevent the cubes from being pulled downwards. This is only a partial solution, however. If we did this, even though our cubes would not respond to gravity, they would still respond to physics forces. There is a better solution, and that is to select is kinematic. When we do this, we set this rigid body component to be a kinematic rigid body. A kinematic rigid body will not react to physics forces, and it can be animated and moved by its transform. This is great for everything from objects with colliders, like elevators and moving platforms, to objects with triggers, like our collectibles, that need to be animated or moved by their transform. For more information on the rigid body and is kinematic, see the lessons linked below. Let's say...
Right. Well, there's something there that would need revisiting over and over again to do with the physics engine. This idea of kinematic and the static stuff and all this cache and that. There's stuff to learn there. I'm going to basically bleach my brain of it because I don't want to learn that. If I hit performance issues with this here game, I will be deeply distressed. Yeah. But it's good to know that there's something there to think about.
Play mode to test. Now our behavior is identical and performant. So, static colliders shouldn't move, like walls and floors. Dynamic colliders can move and have a rigid body attached. Standard rigid bodies are moved using physics forces. Kinematic rigid bodies are moved using...
I've already switched off of this. Right.
In the next assignment, we will count our collectible objects and make a simple UI to display our score and messages.
Whoa. He said assignment. That this was supposed to be fun. Oh, displaying the score and text. Gosh, I could do with a yawn. Actually, I need the loo, guys. I'll put some music on in the background, and then I'm going to go to the loo. Only 207. Oh, Gurcha. All right, I'm back. All right, where were we? What did I miss? Oh, Let's Race has turned up. Hello there. Robert's using my favourite game engine. You lot. And of course it's She Music. Yes. I was working on a neat little Overwatch style game in Unity once. What happened? I kind of remastered my track and made it a bit longer. It's pretty much finished now. It sounds a little less 2010 and more 2015 now. Okay. That was the schism date of music of pre-2015 and 2015 and after. All music changed then. Right. What happened? Networking code happened. Right, yes. So, where are we at? Oh, okay. So, we're going to do a counter. So, let me guess we're going to create some kind of global object that things can poke around. And then in the start for script of the ball, each pickup will increment that counter by 1 or something like that. I don't know. Right.
Counting, displaying text, and ending the game. We need a tool to store the value of our counted collectibles. And another tool to...
A tool. We need a tool. It's a bit of an elaborate name for a variable, but okay.
Add to that value as we collect and count them. Let's add this tool to our player controller script. Select the player game object and open the player controller script.
All right, so we go to player script. Yes.
For editing. Let's add a private variable to hold our count. This will be an int, as our count will be a whole number. We won't be collecting partial objects. And let's call it count. So in our game, we will first start with a count of 0. Then we will need to increment our count value by 1 when we pick up a new object. First, we need to set our count value to 0. As this variable is private, we don't have any access to it in the inspector. This variable is only available for use within this script, and as such, we will need to set its starting value here in the script. There are several ways we can set the starting value of count, but in this assignment, we will do it in the start function. In start, set our count to be equal to 0. Next, we need to add the count when we pick up our collectible game object. We will pick up our object in onTriggerEnter if the other game object has the tag pickup. So this is where we add our counting code.
Yeah.
After setting the other game object active state to false, we add our new value of count is equal to our old value of count plus 1. There are other ways to add, count up, or increment a value when coding for Unity, but this one is very easy to understand, and this is the one that we're going to use in this assignment. Save the script and return to Unity. Now we can store and increment our count, but we have no way of displaying it. It would also be just a display message when the game is over.
Yep.
To display text in this assignment, we will be using Unity's UI toolset to display our text and values.
Ouch. Doesn't
First,
sound good.
let's create a new UI text element from the hierarchy's Create menu.
All right, hang on. Right, pause. Okay, so create. Is it 2D? Oh, UI. We've gained an event system. There's going to be something there.
Let's look at what we've added to the hierarchy. We seem to have gotten more than we bargained for. We don't just have a UI text element, but we've also created a parent canvas element and an event systems game object. These are all required by the UI toolset. The single most important thing to know about these additional items is that all UI elements must be the child of a canvas to behave correctly. For more information on the UI tools, including the canvas and the event system, please see the information link below. Rename the text element count text. So let's customize this element a bit. The default text is a bit dark. Let's make the text color white,
What do you mean?
so it's easier to see.
Oh.
The size and alignment are good.
Whoa.
And let's add some placeholder text.
Whoa. Where's the color? Oh, there we go. So let's make it white. I hate this whitewashing in Hollywood.
Count text. We want our text to display in the upper left of the screen when the game is playing. We can see that the UI text is currently displaying in the center of the screen in the game view. This is because the text element is anchored to the center of its parent, which is, in this case, the canvas. It is worth noting that the transform component on UI elements is different from the other game objects in Unity. For UI elements, the standard transform has been replaced with the direct transform, which takes into account many specialized features necessary for a versatile UI system, including anchoring and positioning. For more information on the rect transform, please see the information link below. One of the easiest ways to move the count text element into the upper left is to anchor it to the upper left corner of the canvas, rather than to its center. To do this, open the Anchors and Presets menu by clicking on the button displaying the current anchor preset. When we re-anchor this text element, we also want to set the pivot and the position based on the new anchor.
Whoa.
So we will hold down both the Shift and the Alt keys, and then select the upper left corner button. That's done it, it's up in the corner. But now it looks budged up against the corner of the game view. Let's give it some space between the text and the edges of the screen, as we are anchored to the upper left corner of the canvas, and we've set our pivot to the upper left corner as well. The easiest way to give the text a little breathing room is to change the rect transform's pause X and pause Y values.
Okay.
10 and minus 10 seems about right, with some room around it, yet it's still up and out of the way.
Yep. He's not wrong.
So let's wire up the UI text element to display our count value. Start by opening the player controller script for editing. Before we can
Right. Whoa. There we go. Right.
code anything related to any UI elements, we need to tell our script more about them. The details about the UI toolset are held in what's called a namespace. We need to use this namespace, just as we are using Unity Engine and System Collections. So to do this, at the top of our script, write using unityengine.ui. With this in place, we can now write our code. First, create a new public text variable called countText to hold a reference to the UI text component on our UI text game object. We need to set the starting value of the UI text property. We can do this in Start as well. Right.
Am I bored yet?
Text equals the string value of count, space, plus count to string. And we need the parentheses.
Oh,
Now,
I've changed to Japanese keyboard as well. Thanks for that. Right. Yeah, let's do a count to string. Yeah, good for loading and
this line
saving.
of code must be written after the line setting our count value. Count must have some value for us to set text with. Now we also need to update this text property every time we pick up a new collectible. So in on_enter, after we increment our count value, let's write again, countText.text equals count, space,
Yep, already
plus
done it.
count to string.
It's
We've now
great.
written the same line of code twice in the same script. This is generally bad form. One way to make this a little more elegant is to create a function that does the work in one place.
Thanks, mate.
And we simply call this function every time we need it. Let's create a new function with void set count text, and then an empty set of parentheses and brackets. Now let's move one instance of this line of code into the function by cutting and pasting it.
All right, I'll change it
And
to
in its place,
set.
let's put a line of code simply calling the function. Finally, let's replace the other line with a function call as well.
Oh,
Excellent. Save and swap back to Unity.
it is excellent. It's very
Now we
excellent.
can see our player controller script has a new text property. We can set-
Can we? Player. Yes.
associate a reference to our count text simply by dragging and dropping the count text game object into the slot.
Dragging the count text over there. Okay. Is that going to work? Whoa! It's a number that adds up. Surely man dreamed of this at the same time as the ice cream was invented. Yeah, that's amazing.
Slot. Unity will find the text component on the game object and correctly associate the reference.
It broke
Now
it, did
let's
it?
save, enter
That's,
play mode, and test.
making a game in Unity. That's weird.
Aha! Not only do we collect these objects, but we count them now. Let's exit play mode. We need to display a message when we have collected all of the cubes.
Hooray!
To do this, we will need another UI text element. Again, using the Hierarchies Create menu, make a new UI text element and rename it WinText. Note how this new UI text element is automatically added to our canvas. Again, as before, let's customize the values on the component.
Yes.
Let's color the text white so it is easier to see. Let's make the text a little larger. Let's try about 24.
All right, let's try about 24. Win text. And we're going to make it white. I mean, this is hairy stuff we're doing here. Where's he going to position it? That's
Lastly, let's adjust the alignment to center and middle. And again, let's add placeholder text. Win text.
This is amazing.
We want this text to display in the center of the game screen, but up a little so it doesn't cover the player game object.
That's a bit... Oh, there's a space.
To do this, simply adjust the rect transform's pos y value, as by default, this UI text element is anchored to the center of the canvas. A value of about 75 feels good.
What?
Save the scene and swap back to the scripting editor. We need to add a reference to this UI text element. Create a new public text variable and call it win text. Now, let's set the starting value for the UI text's text property. This is set to an empty string, or 2 double quote marks with no content. This text property will start empty. Then in the setCountText function, let's write if count is greater than or equal to 12, which is the total number of objects we have in the game to collect.
Whoa, whoa, this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11. My game's better because there's more to collect. Now what's going on? Why? Oh, okay. I'm starting to get RSI in my little finger.
Equals you win. Save the script and return to Unity. Again, on our player controller has a new UI text property. We can associate the component, again, by dragging the WinText game object.
Right, so yeah, we go to player and we want WinText. Oh. Oh, oh, sugar face. Did it not save again? Player. Why is that not updated? Oh, is there an error? Okay. Where's the error? What have I done wrong? And where's it actually going to tell me? Oh. All right. Right, that was supposed to empty to start with, wasn't it? Oh, because I still haven't added it. Yeah, okay. So we go back to the player. WinText has appeared there. All right. There we go. Whoa! This is literally like probably about 50,000 other people's. Have I got the number wrong? Yes! And now for the 10 minutes pre-rendered FMV closing credit sequence with an intense bio of every developer who's contributed to it, their history and their blood type.
Into the slot. Save the scene and play.
I didn't save. Was I danger?
So we're picking up our game object. We're counting our collectibles. And we win. And as we can see, when we have collected 12 objects, we display the "You win" text. In the next and last assignment of this series, we will build the game and deploy it using a standalone player.
And in the next and last assignment, we will review your life to see where it just went wrong. Building the game. Build it as a standalone application. Guys, to a water level. By the way, Tara, how's Staxel going? Thanks, Wizard Frag and Crefter. You guys were sharper than me. How's Staxel?
Now that we've finished our game, we need to present it to our players. One of the greatest things about Unity is that...
Wizard Frag cheered. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. More content than No Man's Sky. Good, we've just finished fixing all your bugs. Actually, bearing in mind I never finished the change to the menus, to the OSD, I'm actually curious as to what happened there in trying to get it. Yeah, I was just curious. But I don't think I had too many other bugs. When can we expect this released? Well, hopefully in about 5 minutes.
Game, we can deploy it to many of
It's Windows only, by the way.
the current platforms. For more detailed information on building and build targets, please see the lesson linked below. Before we build our game, we should save our scene. To build our game, we must first open the Build Settings window.
Thanks.
We can do this by selecting File.
I think I might cry. We've got another window to open. Oh. And it's another cheer. Oh, thanks, man. Beginner to Steam in 2 hours. Add multiplayer. Oh, gosh. Oh, there we go. Build settings. Thanks, Ailan. Right.
File, Build Settings, or by using the key combination of Shift plus.
Do you know what? If I can get 20 bits off of this, then this is my new job because I'm rolling in bits right now. My first manatee. Someone would buy it. I'd get in trouble. What have I got? And Ilek 25258 Ito is also following you guys and your names.
Command or Control
But thank you.
plus B. This brings up the Build Settings window. Our current build target is indicated by the Unity logo.
And we got Saki Monk. So there's also, yeah, if Teasel were here, I'd do a Teasel party in honour of the subscription. Thank you very much for the subscription. It's somewhere, I mean, it's up there with getting a degree. Not that I've got a degree, so I wouldn't know. But apparently
The
getting a
blue
degree
highlight
is amazing.
Indicates our focus.
Thank you for the subscription and for 3 months.
On the right-hand side, the build options for the currently selected platform. We want to build a standalone application.
Yes.
This is our current build target. PC, Mac, and Linux standalone. We do not need to change our build target. If we did want to change our build target, we can select the desired platform from the list and click the Switch Platforms button at the bottom of the window.
Please.
Let's now return our build target to the standalone player. Once we have selected our new build target, we need to add the scenes we want to build to the build settings window. We can add the current scene by clicking the Add Current button, or we can drag and drop any scene from our project view into the field at the top of the build settings window.
Oh, add open scenes, okay.
It's worth noting that we don't need to include every scene in our project. We only need to include the scenes we want in our game.
Right, let's have a look. Unity won't let you put it on stream until you've done the flip your first asset tutorial. This is basically it. I thought you had a degree, or did you get a job at Sony before you graduated? No, so my degree was for 3 years, and I spent 3 years at uni, but I didn't get my degree. So around the first, okay, so here's how I see it, but actually I was an idiot. All right, so the first year at university was so pathetically easy. Genuinely pathetically easy that I felt insulted and I stopped going. And the second year was quite easy and I stopped going. And then I didn't, by the middle of the second year, it was apparent that I was falling behind on my work because I lost a lot of interest in it. But I got in touch with a lecturer who took some of my modules, but he was the one doing the course or the modules that were the very reason for me going to that university. So they had the contact within Sony and they got the Net Eurosi. So XB Coin, if he's there, he'll be mildly interested in this. And so I went to the university because they had a course that I wanted to go on, but the course got cancelled just before I went to university. So that was fun. And I So I went to that course anyway, hoping to track down the teacher that was going to run the course that I had hoped to take, but was cancelled. And I did find him, and he still had the equipment and a lot of the stuff. And he was trying to steer his module to using the game stuff for the PlayStation 1 anyway. And so I found him, and I started digging away on the PlayStation. And it got to the point where I was, me and a couple of other guys, I guess, were spending a lot of time on the Net Eurosi. And so my time that I should have been spending on doing real modules and preparing for real exams, I actually just kept mucking about on the Net Eurosi. Canal BK0 official. Thank you for following and making me go, what? He actually lent me a Net Eurosi to take home. And the funny thing was my 386 PC wasn't quite powerful enough and it didn't have enough storage. So he very kindly, and this is amazing if you think about it, he actually gave me a hard drive. And this hard drive was 40 megabytes large. He genuinely gave me a 40 megabyte hard drive, and it like tripled my memory and meant I could install everything needed. So that was great. So I got to the end of the 3 years at university and I didn't have enough module points, but I did have quite a lot of Net Eurosi work and I had contacts with Sony. So thanks Podser. And there was a competition, a national competition around, I think it was around the time I finished uni. And I entered into it with my Eurosi game and I got to the finals and I had more contact with Sony people. And the guy who was judging from Sony on the panel, he said my game should have won, actually. Very, very nice. But he said, look, we're going to try and get you a job at Sony. So I hung on and it took about 5 months, I think, for a position to open for me at Sony. And I was I was doing temping work for Xerox in their language translation department. There's an amusing story there as well. It's not actually amusing. It's as boring as the rest of mine, but whatever. It amuses me to tell it, and that's what matters. And so 5 months after leaving, I got my job at Sony, and I never looked back. But that's because it would have cricked my neck. The problem being that the problem being is that I didn't get a degree, and I should have done. I should have done it all and had a degree, and I don't think it caused me a problem, but it was a bit stupid. It was technically the best adventure game. In fact, I'll even show it quickly before I carry on with this. Let's go and find it. Eurosi Adventure. Oh, it even crops up. There we go. So this is what, 19, 20 years old? And I ran off to join Sony, yes. Right, we'll skip the audio because it's rubbish. As you can see, this is a scan of some artwork done by my girlfriend at the time, and it would form a pattern, 19, 20 years old. Yes, it was done around the time when the Gospels were being written for the New Testament. That's not my icon there. No, don't look at the menus. Ah, here we go. Credits. Part-time. Right. Check this out, guys. Now, I'm actually, despite laughably how rubbish this is actually, this does quite a lot of cool stuff that wasn't done on any other Eurosi game. It was faster than that. It was 30 frames a second. This video capture's rubbish. Yeah. Poor quality. He's showing my game off badly. How dare he? Let's play adventure game. Does he actually complete it? He's showing my game off badly. How dare he? Whoa. Skip that. Anyway. Pretty good for 4 weeks. Yeah. I'd written loads of helper libraries like the height map stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you check this out, this has got 20 levels. The memory was very minimal. Yeah, I do all right. I did all right. I was quite proud. Let's see if I can. Yeah. So it had. I drew some graphics. So you see those backgrounds. Those are parallax layers, and it's pretty cool. In fact, you should see it quite a lot when we go into the town here. Come on, stop talking to everyone. I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna get embarrassed. Still better graphics than Minecraft. Still better graphics than Diorama, and it has water as well. Right. So you can't see, but the horizon has got these kind of silhouette things, which was I love stuff in silhouette. I think it's great. Yeah. So there we go. Can you see the 2 layers of parallax? That was pretty cool. I deliberately engineered screenshot camera movement like this to highlight it, but it's pretty cute actually. Put it on Steam. Remastered edition. Well, I want to make a sequel to this in Diorama. Absolutely, I do. There's a particularly nice bit where you talk to the guard, and I mean the camera is shonky. Oh yeah, here we go. So when you have your conversations with these guys, you get to the camera deliberately goes low so you can see all this. Anyway, so this is what was entered into the competition. There we go. Look at that lovely, lovely thing. Doing fonts in 320 by 256 is ridiculous. Got to love the 16-bit float rough camera. Bartwee, no, it wasn't. It's even worse than that, Bartwee. It was fixed maths. So the PlayStation didn't have floating point support, so it was all fixed. So yeah, it was rubbish. All integer maths, and I'm sure there are better ways of calculating it. I didn't fully understand the precision stuff. And hello Bartwee, by the way. And the other interesting thing was from it took me a decade to realise that one of the big innovations, let's call it that I introduced into this game to help solve the sorting problem, the Z fighting problem, was actually incredibly unsafe, and I shouldn't have done it, or I should have had some catches. So the PlayStation 1 had no Z buffer. I'll just start. Yeah, it was integer, fixed point maths, yes, which are integers basically. What was I saying? Yeah, there's no Z buffer here, right? So it uses the painter's algorithm, which means you have to draw the scene back to front. But you only effectively have 1 Z depth per polygon. Now, that means if you have a really big polygon, you're going to get some really terrible Z fighting, where polygons flick in and out in front and back. And I managed to solve that. So if you were to naively draw these characters over this background and not do anything special, there would have been an unbelievable amount of flickering. It's ridiculous. And in fact, I think I can show it to you because it's such a hard problem to solve, and I'm such an amateur that I didn't fully solve it. All right. So you have all these tricks of layering stuff. And in fact, we should see it coming up when the boat crosses the water, which is a riveting moment. Right. So what you're looking for is little clippings. I think it happens here. Yeah, you kind of. It is hard to see actually because I did quite a bit of work. But this corner here disappears, and you see the water a couple of times flicking off. There we go. Happened there. Flicker, 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 flicker. And if I hadn't put anything in, a large part of PlayStation 1 programming was sorting out this Z fighting, and it was good. And yeah, so I engineered a data structure, and what I didn't realize was I was actually bodging it up. Now here we go. This is snow, guys. If you see environmental effects, check this out. Now that is some snow, right? And we've still got the shadowed stuff in the background, all the silhouettes. That is snow. And it's even got depth, so obviously, yeah, it's all sprite based. It's rubbish. But I was quite pleased with that. And then we turn the snow off to make it just look wintry and stuff. And all the horizon. Anyway, whatever. I'm actually quite pleased, proud of this. We'll even have some scrolling sand in a minute. Check this out. Oh, that was rubbish, wasn't it? Where is it? There we go. Check it out. So I've got a height map and then scrolling the texture. It's the equivalent of UV scrolling, but I mean, you could do it in a shader now. Easy. Yeah, terrible. Do you like the sound effect when you hit something? Dom, 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 dom. Rubbish. But that we actually just scroll the texture in VRAM. And final bit here. Didn't the Eurosi? Yes, the Eurosi only had 2 meg main memory, but the Eurosi only gave you access to something like 1 meg or something like that. Yeah, let's look at the floor, yes. So these are, by the way, these hieroglyphics, these are references to other Eurosi games. So that's Gravitation. That's the Gravitation ship. That's the Penguin game that, so this was Sean, I can't remember his surname. Sean did that. This is James Rutherford, and I can't remember what game that's from. Maybe my brother's. Yeah. And this guy doesn't show the 60 frames a second mode at the end, which is a real shame. No, he doesn't. So what happens when you complete the game? No, it wasn't Sean Murray, no. You get to play the whole game again, but instead of at 30 frames a second, it's at 60 frames a second. So I had to cut out everything that slowed the game down. So all the textures for the entire game disappear. There's basically three things, I do. One is the world is rendered without textures. 2, all of the other characters are replaced by coloured boxes. So you have coloured boxes going around. And 3rd, the snow level has 1 layer of snow instead of 3, and the fog is reduced massively. And it runs at 60 frames a second, and it looks pretty damn cool because I didn't change the physics, the game, so you run around twice as fast. Look at that. Anyway, that was a trip down memory garbage bin. Trip down memory dodgy lane. Oh, this person's got it as well. Moomin Biscuit. Oh, man. Man. Here we go. Yeah. I kind of don't want to hear what he's saying because he'll massively criticize it. Right. We've had some people. Gary, Sebastian, thanks for following. Right. Let's get rid of that. Let's never look at that again. So, secret 50. Oh, well, yeah. 50 FPS mode, not 60. You're actually correct. Yes. So, is it safe to say the PlayStation had no built-in 3D acceleration? Yeah, it didn't. It had, I think its chip could do fixed point math multiplications, I think. I'm not even sure about that. But it was generally, it was just a 2D polygon renderer. And it was interesting because it came out at the same time as the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis. And actually the Sega Mega Drive could move more sprites. So its basic value was sprites. And you could distort them in hardware and all this kind of stuff. And that was kind of cool. But the trouble was, it was pseudo 3D. If you think the PlayStation 1 was kind of pseudo 3D, it wasn't. It could draw arbitrary polygons. They were just not very good, or arbitrary triangles. And the Mega Drive could technically render more. It's just that you had to you had to create a sprite, which is quite a heavyweight object, and then convert that into an affine transform so that it could become you could recreate a 3D scene in it. So the PlayStation did some of that work for you, and its libraries were actually quite easy to use, which was nice. So the early games could get 3D out. I mean, it wasn't optimal at all, but you still got some nice stuff. And that's why, so technically the Mega Drive could render more, but the PlayStation just clearly had better 3D stuff. Should we just do build and run while I'm waffling? Unity projects, my first manatee. Yay. .exe. Alex Craven, are you doing the rollable tutorial for Unity? I sure. Oh, Saturn, not Mega Drive. Yes, you're completely right. I gave the wrong generation of the Sega. What did that work? I don't know. Did that actually work? I don't know. Let's try that again. Oh, hang on. We've got a message here. Building to the assets folder is not allowed. Oh, well, it's actually, it's good that it caught that. The Saturn used quads too. What happened to Diorama? Oh, I'm still going to work on it. I've been working on my contract job quite a lot lately, and I do want to display 2 graphics quality. Do we want ultra? No, let's do very low. What? Okay, full screen. Why did Windows not? Guys, oh my goodness. It's even turned the shadows off, and I can see the Mac banding on here. You win. Oh, how do you quit? Don't. Right, let's go and find that and run it again. Quads which had one edge with the length of 0 to simulate triangles. Okay. Yeah, sorry, you're right. It was the Saturn versus the thingy. Yeah, I kind of need, every so often I need a break or whatever. I need to stay happy. Where did this even go? Documents. Where the hell was it? Okay, let's try that again. Build slave. What? Why on earth is it doing it there? No, I'm confused. Where did it build it? Users, public documents. Okay. Unity projects. It's not there, is it? Yeah, okay, it's put it into a non-default Windows folder. Thanks for that, you massive. About to swear there. Right, let's run yay.exe. And I'm going to go for ultra. Okay, cheers, Doomsaw. Look at that. I have literally travelled the same road that others have, and I have done nothing of value. I win. I wonder how you change it, because this collision is potentially physically correct, but obviously you'd want them to bounce back. If you were going to make like a pinball game, you would want something a bit better than that, wouldn't you? I wonder if you... Yeah, that would be something to do next, wouldn't it be? To make a pinball game. Put it on ultra. I still don't think Diorama is a good fit for Unity. Nothing's going to convince me that until somebody else makes it and makes a fortune out of it. Add forces on collide. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's I saw it. It does make me wonder what the actual physics that's going on here is, because you would want, like, it's not true that in real life physics is simulated by adding forces, which is an artificial kind of boost. What you want here is you would have things where the equations of motion, that the impact force is elastic and therefore imparts exactly the same force going in. Like the energy in the system is maintained, right? There's no conversion of it to sound, heat, whatever it is. Let's have a look. Oh, a douche streamer is now following me. Great. Great. I look forward to that. And snooker pool would be good in Unity. Just needs an eye bleed. Should we go find... Yeah, all right. Let's go and find... Let's go and find where we add bloom and all these special effects, guys. Let's see if we can ruin this now. somewhere. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. Main camera. So let's have a look. GUI layer, flare layer. What is that? Audio listener. I don't know. Is it a feature of the camera or the scene? Well, the scene has nothing to inspect. Did you do Ludum Dare 39? When was 39? Yeah, let's. I want to find a depth of field. Sole purpose. Yeah, thank you very much. Right, culling projector. No, it's not do orthographic. That's stupid. Clipping planes, viewport depth, rendering path. Doesn't matter. Allow high dynamic range, multi-sampling, anti-aliasing, occlusion culling, target display. Add component, is it going to be special effects? Oh yes, particle trail, lens flare. Color. So it stands out. Brightness. 10. I don't even know where it is. Is it directional? I don't know what that difference that's going to make. Is that even going to show up? Because basically we don't actually have a camera that rotates, so I'm not really sure the lens flare is going to kick in anyway. Is this really how it works? Brightness. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a texture? Let's have a look. Okay. Ludum Dare 39 was around a week ago. Oh, no, I didn't. Post-processing profile. Okay, hang on a sec. Let me catch up again a bit. There is physics material in Unity. You can set friction and bounce in there. Oh, okay. Thanks, Inkwalker. Did any of you enter LD39? Post-processing profile. What? Flare layer. Damn it. Oh, okay. I'll probably just ditch that. Actually, how would you delete it? How do you remove a component? There we go. All right. Oh, there was an effect category. I was doing it, but forgot to submit on time. If you guys have, let's have a look. Add component, post-process stuff. Billboard renderer, sprite mask. Oh, terrain and stuff. Yeah, all right, let's go and... Oh, that's interested me. Terrain asset missing. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, terrain. Okay, where's the terrain gone? Why is that under the... Whoa, okay. Oh, that didn't go too well, did it? Right. Right, how do I do this as paint? Yeah, I don't really care about that, do I? Huh. Yes. Whoa. Doesn't do all of that. That's just rubbish. Brush size, make it bigger. That's massive. That is massive. All right, but let's go and have a look. Right, so what I'm looking for is, can I come on terrain? You can do this. I'm assuming brush size and the opacity. I'm assuming if I'm if I'm gentle, that's what I was going to say. All right, let's do the material as well. Sod bags. Oh, it's got a physics material. What? Oh, that's the terrain collider. How do I set the color? Does it actually want a texture? Oh, fine. I'm just going to run this. Let's see what I've missed, by the way. Buy XP coin. Oh, see you, dude. Hello, Galactic Glum. Yeah, see you, Terracell. Isn't it beautiful? Let's have a look. Please flip some assets. Right, we're down here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course I'm not going to get it, Jody. Come on, ball. Right, well, that's... Oh, all right. Here, end F there. So let's change the scale on that. Which doesn't look like it's done a single thing. No, it doesn't. Okay, maybe you can't modify the terrain that way. Answer the phone. I want to change this so that you can see stuff in it. Like there clearly is some. Yeah, I think that's just ugly. So let's have a look at the directional light intensity. Shadow types, soft shadows, hard shadows. Real-time shadows, cookie, flare. All right, let me just see if that actually gives us something. All right. Does that give us any kind of... Oh, yeah, okay. We can... Whoa! Okay, so it's got a metallic texture. Brilliant. That's what my favourite landscape looks like. Go into the cog tab under the terrain properties. The default is 500. Okay. Yes, we've clipped into the camera. Oh, come on, guys. This is amazing. Who doesn't want to do a ball rolling first game with terrain? Metallic, no less. I am kind of jumping around. Right. Am I going to make it back? No. That was amazing. All right, let's go back to terrain. Go to the cog. Not the cog, sorry. Nope. Hang on, where did he say it? Under the terrain properties. Oh, that one. Ah, okay. Custom, can I do this? Yes. I'm going to ignore that. Tree and detail objects. Okay, don't know what that is. Wind setting for grass. All of this is built in. Flipping heck. Height map resolution. How did it get 513? It's still got a metallic shade to it. Anyway, right. Is the ball even rolling? No idea. Alright, okay, we've skipped that. It's 5 o'clock. I need to get something to eat. So anyway, maybe it's the amount of vertices in a direction. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that would make sense. So if anyone goes, oh, 512, then they're about to cause big problems. Right, terrain width. Yeah, still not going to do anything. Whoa, stay on, damn you. All right. Come on, come on. I particularly like just how rubbish this terrain looks now at this resolution. It's particularly great. Come on, get over it. Ah, yeah, man. Yeah, it's struggling with that, isn't it? Alright, so let's change. I'm just going to fiddle around with this a bit more. Height map resolution. Detail resolution, no idea. Alright, but let's paint. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Whoa. Oh man, this is like amazing. And then if we can do this, and then we can duplicate that, and then scale. Man, this is just too good. Right, material. Hang on a sec. Where did the... Can I override that? So I want the pickup shader, sorry. If I do that, that's not going to work. Oh, it does work. Okay. So I'm not going to... So I'm basically halfway already to making Adventure Game 2, right? What about the surrounding grey void? So yeah, this is maybe I should set myself a goal, like to not necessarily to create something new, but to try and recreate Adventure Game in Unity as quickly as possible. Those sorts of goals are actually pretty good and pretty productive. Yeah. Whoa. Game over. Right, I don't think you can complete this. Yes, anyway, right. The train looks mildly lewd. That must presumably be before I did anything. I did some more changes because it doesn't look lewd now. I think that says more about your imagination than me. Oh, we could just do a stupid golf game or something. Or a match 3 game. I mean or an asset flip. I mean the possibilities are literally endful. All right. I'm going to go and get a bite to eat. I might revisit. I might come back and stream after dinner. I want to be goal oriented, definitely. I might the playing around with the terrain. There's so many nice options there that probably, or maybe I should look at the Unity store to start seeing what it's like to get all that garbage off of the internet. I don't know. World of Girls Life Sleepover Party. Yes, just remake Tiny Galaxy in Unity. Why Adventure Game? Well, because Adventure Game's a lot simpler at the moment than. That's why. Yeah, I think the getting a decent player controller is almost certainly something worth looking at, because this is naive way of just applying forces is there's no way that's going to work for a character or whatever. It's just ridiculous. Adventure Game Remastered, yes. Hey. What is it? Unit Z is an asset that is being flipped. Hey. Guys, yeah, I'm going to go and get something to eat because I'm hungry. So I'm going to stop the stream now. I appreciate you guys watching me making my first amateur steps. Yeah, I mean, my summary, as I said before. So Unity, this is an unfriendly UI. It is, but I guess no, that's great power comes great responsibility. That's Spider-Man. No, we're talking about, like, if you want to do sophisticated stuff, then your UI will have a minimum level of simplicity to it, right? So it's probably wrong to expect it to be really, really simple. It is massively overwhelming, and the UI stuff that they're having to do with these tiny sized icons is just asking for my eyes to just get sad, basically, because I can't bloody see it. Yeah, hope you tinker more later. Yeah, I think I will. What am I doing tomorrow? Thanks for following Lumpy Touch, guys. I will see you maybe later today. That would be good. Oh, Fleabum, hello there. The point and click, you can use the nav mesh agent. Well, if I was going to recreate not Tiny Galaxy, Adventure Game, nothing moved anyway. Oh no, that's not true. The bats did follow you. Yeah. You could script the editor and tool super easy. This is my first 3 hours or something. I think set my expectations dirt Very, very low. Very, very low. All right, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It was nice. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Thank you for the subscriptions, guys. I'm sorry Teasel wasn't here to do a Teasel party. Maybe later, but she owes you big time. See you guys.